Fire Radio.
As we go through that. It's just like, yeah.
Seb, you give us the count, give me the motion, off we go. Jack Murphy. Here we go.
Yeah, we close. Okay.
He just lectures me on
Either that, you just wait. I see your hand waving. Get closer, Murph.
Yeah, that's it. That's how it works.
Can I do this to you?
Yeah, all day long, because I do. I certainly do.
All right, we'll get along.
So.
New Orleans, wow, the Big Apple. I went down there years ago, and at the NFPA with John O'Rourke, he was the chief of the department, and couldn't hear the superintendent talking.
Right.
What the fuck?
I love that.
And this is the late 80s.
Yeah.
Now, this is the hazmat capital of the world. They didn't have a hazmat team.
Right.
I said, what?
That was Katrina. That shirt is a reflection of Katrina when Task Force 1, which I don't even know if Task Force 1 existed yet. If it was, I don't know what the date was. 2005. So it was after September 11th.
Yeah.
So the Task Force. Yeah, right. Yeah. So, but that's what that shirt represents. That was the Katrina shirt.
We lean into what I did before 9/11.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you a special project.
So please, we're going. Go ahead.
Not too many people know about.
Yeah.
I was undercover.
Well, let's go.
Really?
Talk to me about being undercover.
All right, I'll get. You want to start now?
Yeah, we're done. We're going.
We're done. We did
we're up. We're up.
Yeah, just
we do introductions as we go.
As we go.
We'll let the guests learn who you are. But yes, Jack Murphy, retired fire marshal, deputy chief of Leonia, FDIC advisory board member. The list goes on. And if I was to start with your biography, Jack, we'd be here for 15 minutes.
Yeah, well,
But I love that.
Yeah, I like it too. But I never go by titles. I like being behind the scene a lot.
Yes.
It's one of those,
But that's where I think reputations are built.
Yeah.
Right? The fire service is so critically important on reputation. You and I had never met until just today.
Yeah.
But I have heard of and known of Jack Murphy for a very long time, and we lived within a 25-minute drive of each other in the same county. Yeah. And yet, because we're so disjointed here in northern New Jersey, in some ways, right, that countywide fire service doesn't exist, right? So we're still mom and pop, local shops. Yeah. And so on. So when you break that down, I never had the opportunity to kind of run across you and vice versa. But I'm honored to have you here today. I know the impact that you have made and continue to make. Yeah. I know your friends, and just today, speaking off camera, it's always fun to get to learn who people's friends are, who their circles are, because that speaks volumes about the person you are.
Yeah. And again, you pick them out in the crowd.
Right?
You see the ones that are doers, not just saying things, or just throw things out there, see if it sticks on the wall, see who picks it up. So over the years, I don't know, my wife says, you always lean towards the older guys, just the experienced people.
Same.
That's it. Just sit with them, have an understanding of that. My experiences with my dad was a World War II vet, got on the job in Hoboken, 1945 to 81.
Yeah.
He was called the Silver Fox, and I lived directly across the street from the firehouse. So 6 brothers and sisters, all crowded in there, and you go across the street in his Class A's to go to work.
Yes.
Then when he got on the job, he was in Engine 4, becomes a captain in Engine 4, then with 6 kids to try to watch all of us. It's like, he's across the street. They're cheap. My father was cheap. They're all World War II vets.
Of course.
So he leaves there, and he goes to Ladder 3, which is Midtown, where the rescue is.
Yes.
But he flips the shield and paints on the red 3. But his thing started from his grandfather. My great-grandfather got on job in 1906.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Hoboken?
Hoboken, yeah.
Okay.
He was the black chief from Springfield, Mass. So he came down here. I have his probie check.
Really?
I have his probie check on the wall in my office. By the way, my wife calls my office like here a museum. Where's John? She calls me John. In the museum. Okay. 1906 probie check, $83.33 for the month of March.
$82 for a month worth of work.
Yeah. And I got the station logbook, and after Iroquois Theater fire,
right,
they would send firemen to the back of the stage with a live hose line. Okay, so little things like that. My grandfather, he went to the other blue side. He became a cop.
Well, Murphy, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you didn't
Murphy,
have much choice, right? It was one or the other, right? Yeah.
My Uncle Neely, a World War II vet, was on the fire department. Both of them, my father and uncle were on the job with Frank Sinatra's father. Frank Sinatra's father was a captain where my uncle rode out of.
I did not know that part of the history because Hoboken is Frank Sinatra country.
Oh,
right? Yeah.
But if you ever been to the museum down there?
I have not.
You got to go. There's Engine 5.
Fire Museum.
Yeah, Engine 5 is a wagon. It was a 1927 Fox, and it's dead. So the thing is, it's Sinatra. Well, a lot of other guys were on it too, you know.
Sure.
So then I got on the job in '79. My brother became a cop. He left as a squad leader in Hoboken. My sister, the youngest one, became a cop in Marlboro and retired. So and now I got nephews and everybody all over the place.
So as a kid growing up, you were across the street from your father's firehouse.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it was just every day, all day long, your life,
right,
surrounded by the fire service.
Oh, yeah. That was it. You know, it was just in me. I started out as a teacher, though, in Hoboken. I was a woodshop teacher, and I said, I got to leave. I just got to leave. So I applied for the job, and my father said, you're over 35, you can't get it now. Cutoffs. So when I moved up to Leonia, then I got into Leonia in '79.
Yeah.
And within a year later, for some reason, the chief of the department then was Bob Pearson. He saw something in me, I don't know. He goes,
interesting.
You're looking to, you want to be a fire marshal? I don't know about that. He goes, yeah, you got time, you're a teacher.
Right, we're looking for educated guys.
Not only that, you got summers off, you know.
Right, well,
So I filled in that. It was part-time.
Right.
But it came a lot, particularly in '85 when the code came out as a statewide code.
Right.
So now you have to go take tests. So I took a test to be a fire official, quote unquote, fire marshal, head of the bureau.
Sure.
And then fire subcode. So you had to keep those licenses up too. So I would do that, and I had two guys. One was John Dunn and my good friend Eli Verasco. Eli and we had the small town, do things. And my attitude was, just do what you can, get things done beyond what the state required. We did other things. The thing was, just go out and do things. I'm a communicator. I go into a building, I communicate to you. I never tell them I rank stuff that I want done by the time I come back.
Sure.
And I say, all right, it's okay. And I come back and I go, it's not done. I said, different person. For the younger people, if you watch John Wayne movies, I become John Wayne. Different person.
Right.
I said, now we go by the book. All right. So a friend of mine said, give them a piece of rope. They all hang themselves down the road. But when I got to some tough things, I counted on Eli. He was a bookie. Not that way.
I got you.
He knew the stuff inside and out. When he left me, he became the second in charge of the state fire marshal's office. He knew the stuff.
Yeah.
And he worked down in one of the down below in Mercer County somewhere else. He went up to the rank assistant chief on the side. But those are the people that you deal with.
Were you ahead of the curve in '85 in Leonia as the code came out? Were a lot of municipalities playing catch up over the years, and you guys were in front? Where did that fall?
I said we were all playing catch up on a lot of things. We were dealing with Boca at the time, and half of the state was dealing. I think NFPA 1, so we decided to put it together.
Got it.
All right, and with that, we came out with the code book is like paper thin,
right?
In '85.
Sure.
But what they put together, I should say, is the requirement for recertification for a license. And the approach there was that, hey, when a new sprinkler system comes out, you go and take courses. Basically, it was for fire protection systems. But then other things come in, administrative stuff, diversity, everything else. So as a fire marshal, I had to take 6 courses. Then they had to take 5. So again, you learn the game. I can teach this stuff.
But you were learning as you go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. It's just, but the idea is that when I learned that I could teach that, I started doing that. That time was records. So I taught the course, a variety of things. I'm still teaching for them. I came back into the fold about 2 years ago because when the high-rise book came out, we'll talk about that later.
For sure.
I'm talking about high-rise buildings, understanding the vertical challenge. And I'm going by the state's perspective. You can't mention your book. But the title of the course.
Right. Right. Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
Right.
So you work around that stuff.
Sure.
So yesterday I was teaching in Passaic at a class full. A lot of guys. Joey Alvarez.
Sure.
Ernie
Absolutely.
Alvarez.
Yeah, good friend.
Hackensack chief, couple guys all over the place.
Sure.
I just kept talking. And I tell them, in 5 hours, I can't get all this stuff in.
No. That's it. I mean,
trying
there's so much to
there
know.
There is so much.
And then not only that, but as time is evolving and moving forward, you're always playing catch up to the building code, and things are happening, materials are changing, innovation, technology.
Yeah, right. And the codes are like, they're mundane, boring, and everything else, but someone's got to do it.
Well, and that's it. It's not for me. I'm going to be honest with you. It was never codes and subcode and all that was never for me. But I admire people that go all in on it. I admire guys on the fire ground that are able to pick out those things and have put their time in, because it can be a monotonous challenge to learn the code.
Yeah. And it's so concise, trying to get everything to a paragraph.
Yeah.
And some of the things in the early days and everything, I told the two guys, hey, look, and Moran came on later, Bob Moran, who became the Angler chief as a replacement for Eli. I said, I take the tough ones. I take all the political ones.
Yeah.
I said, and I walk the middle of the line.
As the official.
In the middle of the line. So one thing, there was one with, there was two good ones. Yeah. One with the stage setting for amateur plays. They had a supply room in a church next to nursery school.
Right.
And I had to get the second entrance out, but I had to go through their workshop. So we painted a yellow line. Yellow, like 3 feet. You can't put anything here. Every time we went back, there was stuff there. So I gave them a fine. Not the church, them.
Right.
And I get called by the mayor. Well, let me tell you something. Keep telling them. I go back there again. That's it. So he sends the council person, who's an actor for this thing. It was a silent inspection.
Silent inspection.
Right. I said, I've been here all the time. Every time I come here, there's stuff here. I said, that was the name of the game, and they don't pay attention.
Right.
So I didn't know at the time that the pastor wanted them out, and I wasn't getting in between. Here's my other thing with the church. I get a call. The alarm goes in. I'm at the house. I get there. I go past, and I'm saying, oh, God. Come in on the truck, and in the auditorium, in the doorway, there's two deep fryers with propane tanks in the entrance, to the second entrance.
Yeah.
And it's like, but it's the church. You can't get the rugs, the floor there. They had cardboard on the floor.
Priorities.
Strawberry.
Right.
So I get you out now. The lady comes in. What are you doing? Oh, you can't. It's going. I look in there. It's the mayor. Hey, come here.
Right.
Is your out.
Let me explain this. Yeah.
$2,500 fine for that individual doing it. $2,500 followed. $2,500 fine for the church. I get a call from the lawyer from the church. Yes. Yeah. I don't want to talk to you. Oh, yeah, I'm representing the church. I don't care. I said, I'm talking to Father Mike, I think it was. I'm talking to Father Mike. Okay. I go in the parish hall. I see him, and there's the nun, Sister Ann. Oh, Jack, thank you. That stuff smelled for a week. Oh, okay.
Yeah, making an impact.
Father Peter. I said, Father, here's the deal. You can't do that.
Right.
I says, now, I want to rescind the $2,500. However, you need a commercial hood system for suppression. All right? Let's start with that.
Right.
That individual that I find, a month later, he's doing in another church in Leonia. I get a call first, and he had it outside under a tent.
Right.
Okay? So you never know where that's going to go with those things. And my favorite call, and the last one I'll talk about, Leonia inspections, I get a call at the house, which I hated. Hello, I represent so-and-so. I'm buying the building. It's a 4-story, low-rise. Violations. I always had problems with this owner. And the guy I said, look, well, either you inherit it or he takes care of it. So you figure out what the cost is and either get it off the
pass
sale
it along or,
right. He goes, oh, great, thank you. He says, the mayor said you can talk to Jack. Yeah, oh, okay. And he says, the mayor, I won't say the mayor's name. The mayor said something else. Never piss the man off.
That's great. Sound advice.
Sound advice.
That's right.
And that's the way I worked all through my career. Yeah. I left Leonia. I got left teaching. I became the chief safety consultant for the public schools all in the state. At that time, when we had the code in '85, prior to that, you were not allowed to do inspection in a public school. Do you believe that?
No.
No.
Is that right?
Yeah, there no inspection. So I put together a program, went around to all the counties and everything, and invited all the superintendents and business administrators, get out there, make an effort, make friends with these people. They're coming in. So I set up a whole program for that, and they did that. And what that did, it eased into it A lot of people said, "Oh, that was great. They gave us enough front things of that nature." I closed a couple of schools, and one in our county here. I went in. I went, really? I went into the school. Again, I won't mention the name. Every door was chalked open. Yeah. Every stairwell door. I went around, collected all the chalks. I go into the boiler room. I'm looking down there. I'm going, gasoline engine, the gas this, and the boiler room.
Oh, yeah. Full of violations.
So I'm walking into the stairwell again, open out the cage underneath. They got it all enclosed. He has spray cans of paint all under the stairs. I went back with the county administrator. I said, he's closed.
Yeah.
He's closed. Oh, it's over the Memorial Day week. I don't care. Either Tuesday morning, everything's done, it ain't opening up. So you just knew when to say enough is enough. And the whole idea to me is communicate. You get a lot of things done that way. They're going to force your hand. Let them do the forcing of your hand.
There's also that fine balance, right, of being a tolerant and understanding versus enforcement, right? Yeah. And you have to find that balance. And I find today that communication skills are not, they are hardening, meaning people don't know how to have a conversation to get something out of somebody. You walked into the situation knowing, like, we're going to get there, but I'm going to play hard here, but I'm going to be able to have that conversation on the back end, which softens it to get us moving forward, right?
And that was a good learning curve until I got totally into the private side.
Sure.
But the whole idea with the codes is that in that era, in the late 90s, we saw a need for a national code. That was like, wow. So you're dealing with 3 legacy codes, regional. We had Boca here, and that had to come together in the late 90s. So what they did there is they minimized. Everything was pushed down to the lowest minimum.
Sure.
Like Boca was a stronger code. So now in 2000, you gather now. Now that's when I got onto the national level there. You're gathering, and you're trying to bring that up. So in 2002, I meet a chief across the room. I didn't know he was a chief then. I look at him. He's looking at me. But we're in a technical committee meeting, and one of the engineers said, "Don't worry, they're expendable," meaning us.
Wow.
And I see this guy across the room, his eyes bug up. He got in first before me. His name is Sean DeCrane. At that time, he was the battalion chief in Jersey City.
Okay.
Him and I have done podcasts on fire engineering, taming the fire environment. He is now the director of health and safety for the IFF.
Is that right?
Yes. So those things, when you push that out, we're out there fighting constantly.
Sure.
And my thing now is that just on that, we started what we call NFF.
Yeah.
Strategy 5 is strategies and tactics for, not strategy and tactics, standards and codes. You've heard of CRR, the new buzzword? CRR?
Yes.
Community risk reduction.
Yep. And I have a podcast coming up on it, actually, from a chief out of Peoria, Illinois.
I love it. But all it is it's a buzzword for fire prevention and public education.
That's right.
And all they want to do, I totally agree with that. My thing now is FRR, firefighter risk reduction. All right, your foundation for safety is the codes.
No doubt.
The codes.
The backbone of
That's
it, for sure.
The whole thing. So my thing is try to get all the companies involved. On the ICC side, we put in like 2012. You can vote remotely. You participate. You can remote from the firehouse.
Yeah.
Like small towns, like a small town like me, for New York City, we have 12.
Right.
So you get those people. They come into the loop with the Fire Service Coalition. That's national.
Yep.
Like the California group, the New York group, everything. We all discuss codes and everything, and then we agree what to support and what not to support. When it comes down to it, they're all saying, "Oh, they vote." No. IFF has 1 vote. IBC, National Volunteers has a vote. Each major organization has 1 vote. I have 5 or 6.
Got it.
I'm sitting on maybe 230,000 votes. And that's what we're trying to do with Strategy 5.
Interesting.
Get more involved. It's fire prevention. No, it's not. You're going out the door. They're sitting behind.
How are you getting that message out there to get people to understand what you're doing?
Well, with that, my thing is building intelligence, right? And that's big, particularly target buildings in your area. My thing is that the fire companies aren't buying into pre-incident planning. They're not. We've been talking about it with Brannigan since World War II.
Right.
Know your buildings, know the enemy.
Sure.
So that's like it's a hard sell. It is. But my thing is breaking it down, simplicity as much as you can. There are things out there that, you know, they're like all over the place. I need something quick and easy. Let me just go to 9/11. This is how it got started. So after 9/11, or during 9/11, I'm getting calls about 3 days in. They set up a Special Ops Command, John Norman and Jim Ellis.
Sure.
Jimmy's calling me, Jack, we need help. The fire directors in these buildings, can you get them? You know, okay, we get them together. Get another call, Jack, we need blueprints of the World Trade Center. Now this is before the satellites up. He says the ones we have, they gave us, all the stairs are numbered, and over time we knew that changed to A, B, C, D, and everything else. So I said, all right, let me reach out. I knew oh God, I forget his name, Mike Giglio or something like that, Fort Lee. He worked for Port Authority with him in fire protection. I called him up, Mike, but we gave him out. We didn't get him.
Right.
Somebody's got him. It ain't working. I call Larry Burns. Larry Burns is in the French film. He's the chief of command. Put a bell cap on, says, "Follow me, kid."
Oh, is that right?
That's him. Say, Larry.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. Say, Larry, this is our problem. I'll be in. I got it. On that day when he came in with the bell cap, he set up Southwest, Southeast Command. They had different command sectors, and that he set that up. He comes in and he gives them everything. So now we have the letters. What they wanted was accountability where they found these individuals. So that worked. So that got us steamrolling. We went, oh. So Larry was working with me. He retired at the fire directors. So I said, Larry, we got to do something about this. So I put a task force together. And the thing was that, you know, we were anchored into fire safety plans in the city after the fire in 1973, which we call Local Law 5. At that time, O'Hagan was asking for sprinklers retrofit. They ain't buying. So they settled for compartmentation to every 7,500 square feet in the role of a fire safety director. All right, present in the building.
Yeah.
And with that is that fire safety director, you know, gets training. Our training, and when I left at the college on the fire science side, I trained all the fire safety directors. There were other institutes that do this, but we were the first. And my thing is, if you're dealing with fire, that's 20 hours. You take a test, you pass it. You come back, you get 11 hours in emergency action plans for all hazard threats, non-fire, and EMS. Pass that. Then you go to headquarters, pass one computer test to pass the second computer test. All right? Now it keeps going.
Yeah, let's keep going.
And the best part is, we're the only ones that deep into this.
Yeah.
Deep. The last part, they test you at your site. You know the system. You know how to make calls.
Yeah,
you know this. You know that.
Yeah.
So in the end, it's probably anywhere between 42 and 45 hours of instruction. I've gone to Chicago in the beginning. It was an hour. At the other end, it's smaller.
Sure.
So with that, again, looking at things, writing 1082, if I get the number right, or 2800, I forget, professional qualifications for fire safety director, beyond high rise. You know, I deal with the Indianapolis 500 out there, you know, Yankee Stadium, all this other stuff. When they have those things, so we put those things together. And when we got into the EAP stuff, and we settled on what we wanted, I think it was 7 pages we gave to the department. We had a collaboration with them, with Stan Dorr, the chief of the department. We sat down, blah, blah, blah. And the thing with us was saying, we need to grab this whole. And one chief, he was there not too long. They can do it. Chief, you know, over 1,000 buildings. Everyone's going to have a different thing. You know, we put that together. So we're proud to say we have 7 pages. I get it back a year and a half later, and it's John Norman. Hey, Murph, yeah, well, I got the EAP plan. Why are you calling me?
Right. How did it get to you?
It's like this.
Yeah, I bet.
When I get done.
8 to 300, right?
When I get done with it, you know, and you a Yankee fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm a Met fan.
Okay.
But they hired me to do the plan to open up Yankee Stadium.
No kidding.
I was not allowed to wear my hat.
No, right, yeah. Leave it in the car, Jack. Leave it in the car.
Write the whole plan for them. It's like this.
Yeah.
And it's going, really? I'm going, okay. Yeah. It's about 80 pages when you get done. The important thing was the building information card. All right. We first called it, and Larry goes, because I did it in Leonia. I had it in the car, the Chiefs cars, and I had it in the first due engine. It was a loose leaf. That's it. This is what I have for these buildings, particularly all the what do you call it, the business buildings, the warehouses and everything by Overpack, and other buildings, all the residentials. I go, wow. So I just looked at that. We called it BITS.
Bits.
Right. Building, intelligence tactical system. Logical, yes.
Yeah.
You can't use that. Well, you can't use it. It's bits, tactical information.
Right.
He goes, not here. It's a Bureau of Investigation and Trials. It's not bits.
Right.
That's how we came up with BIC.
Yeah. Right.
BIC.
Right.
You know, the other thing was that we put this whole thing together, and we're all going, we can't do that. I can't read 8.5 by 11. The glasses. It's 11 by 14.
Of course,
huge.
big print, large font.
And it's a two-sided card.
Yeah.
And we laminated it. And in the lamination, there's a blank box, temporary conditions. You mark in there, sprinklers out, construction. You know, blah, blah, blah. And everybody says to me, laminated because it's the coffee? No, it's the other blank box there.
That's good.
So the whole idea was, I'll get into QAPs.
Right.
Quick action plans. The whole idea there was that when I come into the job and everything, all the high-rises had it. They started out first with commercial. The whole idea is you on the bottom of the card is the footprint of the building. Here's the entrance, all the doors, the elevator laid out, blah, blah, blah. Quick read. That's 30 to 60 seconds. On the top of the verticals, how the stairs run, how the elevators run, HVAC systems. When you flip the card over, there are 11 boxes. It means you have a job if you flip it. Right. Stick with that. You push that out, and you read this real quick. In dealing with the division chief at the time, he was in Jimmy Hodgins. He was in headquarters, so he's the one, and I sat down with quite a few guys to write up the emergency action plan, all right, and then push that out. And then he was when I was back at the hospital. I didn't tell you I was there yet, but I went back at the hospital, and he's at the 3rd Division. And he goes, where am I? Right here, Jim. You know what, Jim? On all my cards that I build, you're the arrow. I named it the Hodgins arrow.
That's great. Yeah, right. This is you.
It's you.
This is where you are now.
This is where you are.
Yeah, right.
So that's the beginning of just that big card of things. But prior to getting on the other side of the river, I did Department of Ed stuff. You know, I was the chief safety consultant there for like
Were
2
you
years.
looking for, I mean, when you were in Leonia, right, just to kind of circle back a little bit, you were in Leonia and really bringing on board and creating an effective program there, right?
Yeah.
And then you go statewide, right, with the schools, right?
Yeah.
And then from there, so it seems like it was just next logical steps for you with your career.
Yeah.
You're mentioning so many different names, and like people that are listening are going to be like trying to follow a little bit, right? Because you have such a vast pedigree, right? And all the people that you've gotten to know along the way. And it's interesting to kind of blueprint out your journey, right? Because it's so involved, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, you ended up from Leonia going to the state of New Jersey, from the state of New Jersey now
across the
river to New York City, right?
Yeah.
So give me a little bit about that journey and what that looked like going from public to private. Yeah.
Private's a little tougher.
Yeah, I'm
it's
sure.
a lot more communications.
Right.
So I went across the river in 88. I'm trying to think now. Just 88. That should start with 87. I know. 87. It was a tough section, 87.
Okay.
Real tough. So I get in there, and I'm the fire safety director at New York Hospital Cornell Medical Center.
Okay.
It's Upper East Side.
Yep.
So this place runs in 68th to 71st Street. I inherited this place that had more people than the town of Leonia.
Yeah, massive facility.
Massive facility.
Yeah.
At that time, it was 18 buildings interconnected, with underground to hospital, special surgery, Sloan Kettering, college, dorms, you name it.
Now, did they find you, or did you find them?
I found them. They were looking
for more opportunity.
when we were advertising in the New York Times.
No kidding, really?
Where from?
Yeah.
So I went over, got interviewed.
Yeah.
They liked what I did, codes and everything, blah, blah, blah. So I got hired. And when I went over there, I met a friend, Westwood, chief of the department, Jim Morsley.
Yeah.
Jim. So Jim was, at that time, was a head electrician. He eventually became chief of engineering. So we got a lot accomplished there in my tenure. So if you look at the thing, when I got the place, there was one box. The fire department show up at 70th Street. The security guard run out, go 2 blocks out, make a left.
Right, yeah, right.
What do you mean 2 blocks out, make a left?
Right.
So I told you, John O'Hagan, I inherited him as the consultant, former chief of the department, and
right.
the guru of local law 5.
Well respected.
Well
Very
respected,
well respected.
yes.
Yeah.
So we got there, and then we changing all the fire alarm systems. It was bells. No one understand bells. Forget it. So we went with a one-way voice system on a mic, so boom, 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 you could call, but I would talk to the whole building. So with that, it was use the existing conduit. This was like 3 years to do this, one building at a time.
Yeah.
We did that, but what the thing was, Jeremy, we broke it up into groups. You get clusters of buildings.
Sure,
So
makes sense.
I came up with five. We came up with 5 municipal boxes. That's it. So if you went to, for an example, 1300 York, therefore from 68 to 70th Street, that's mostly the college. You deal with these buildings. The other thing, too, is that once you deal with those and you put everything out there, I have to say, all right, this is my problem. Now my exposures attached to this is the smoke movement problem. Mm-hmm. So you got to give them everything,
Sure.
but you can't all do that.
Sure.
And this is where I ran into my good friend Murtaugh.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing SIDS, critical incident dispatch system. Okay, hey, Jack,
That's your bits,
yeah, that's my bid.
right?
Something
That's your
different. Yeah.
New York City SIDS is your.
Yeah, well, no, they
Jack
were there.
Murphy
I
bits.
don't think they were there first.
Well, you know what I'm
But,
saying,
yeah,
though,
I
right?
know.
Very
Yeah,
similar,
yeah,
though,
yeah.
in approach, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But they had 144 funds. And later on, I said to Jim, you were ahead of your time. You could have been Twitter.
Yes, that's pretty accurate. Yeah, no doubt.
And they still haven't.
Yeah,
They do.
they
It's
do.
like they've entered Akron. Come on now. We're way past that.
Right.
So you have computer systems for tracking rigs, work schedules, all this other stuff. You're not doing that good, effectively. There are other programs out there, but not deep.
Got it.
All surface and everything. So with that, going from there, setting everything up there, and now it comes along with my desk was havoc every
I could
day.
only imagine.
Yeah,
In a
havoc
position
every
like
day.
that?
Right. At Vinny Dunn's retirement, he said to me, well, I'll tell you where I went next. When his retirement, and I went somewhere else. After I left the hospital, I went to Vice President Citibank. I'll bring that up. But Vinny goes, Jack, how you like the new job? Hey, Vinny, it's like going from a busy battalion to be deputy chief.
Yes.
I signed him.
Yep, that's good. That's really good.
But hot work, everything, all this stuff, constantly. I had construction people outside that will retire off the job, never leaving the site with that building.
Yeah.
Now, my last 2 years there was like, whoa, all this is going on at one time. I'm trying to put a new building over the highway. We have air rights, things like that. And now to lock that in, it's got to be built at a certain time.
Sure.
So they have all those things, and now they put the columns up, 2 ends of the highway and 1 in the middle, vertical columns. But off the Garden State Parkway, the harbor down there, they prefab the slab. The slab is 2 levels, all right? One for the building to be built on, and the lower level is eventually for a garage, parking garage. Each pick was 430 tons on a barge lifted up. When we got done, I couldn't put my finger between what they did.
That was the East River?
East River.
They're bringing them in from the East River.
Yeah, all the way up. I couldn't put my finger between this and that.
Is that right?
Right. So they get that there, and that's set in. Once they get that whole thing laid out, it's fine. So now I have a demolition of a 10-story job because that hospital is going to go now west, and they're going to take that spot too. It's going to hook up an L.
Sure.
So they do that. So I'm tearing down a 10-story psych hospital. I'm relocating 2 oxygen tanks, all right? I'm trying to keep the other buildings going at the same time.
Sure.
And now I have an implosion going on with bedrock, with the blast mats to get down deep in the thing for Con Ed to put the vault.
Just another day at the office,
Just
Jack.
another day.
Yeah.
It's like,
Wow.
It was like really but the whole idea is that either you sink or swim over there.
Right.
And I was always swimming in good water. I was very rarely did I get in tough waters. I had some tough jobs once in a while with a fire or something like that.
I'm sure.
But mostly just doing that stuff.
Yeah.
One of my tough days was in Northeaster. We just got finished with the generators, and I had a retention tank for pH level stuff going out, like chemicals and that. Well, the gasket blew off from the high-rise being flooded out. And now that's all permeating into the basement.
Sure.
So we ahead of time prepared things like hazmat, had diking material and everything else, trying to divert going down the ramp into HSS transformer room. Doing that. As I'm running across there, I'm going, I run a report, blah, 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 and I need hazmat. Who are you? Who's on today? Cartwright. Cartwright's Jack Murphy. because I knew they were over in Queens.
That's right. Right.
Cartwright gets it. What do you got, Jack? Okay. I'm standing next to him. Okay. I think it was Mike. Mike, I said, if I just nudge you with the elbow, don't talk to them.
Perfect.
It's
perfect. I'll set you up. I'll tell you who and when.
No.
Yeah.
Hi. Hello,
Yep.
Elizabeth.
Right.
Yeah, she's a vice president.
Sure. Yep.
Nursing. You hear what
Yep.
I'm saying? It made his job easier.
Of course.
Totally.
Yeah.
You know, so little things like that, how you mesh things together.
Well, that's why relationships matter, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And in that position, I mean, that's a prestigious position. I do a lot in the building and trades outside of all this, right? And so I'm in the underbelly of hospitals and facilities and so on. We can get into all that, but I understand how it works, working with the different engineering departments and so on, and looking at the constant of what happens at these facilities, right? For you, it's a hell of a challenge, but you strike me as a guy that enjoys that challenge.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. It's like on the job. You go to work. I loved it. Loved every minute of it. Never had a problem with it.
Right.
You know, it's just one of those, it is what it is.
And you mentioned John Jay before, right?
Yeah.
John Jay is a very popular college for fire science and so on, right? And so you had some relationships coming through there, which carry over to New York City, correct?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Yeah, Glenn Corbett asked me would I come and, because I have several degrees.
Yeah.
I'm an alphabet guy, they call me.
I get it.
So Glenn goes, he goes, we're looking for somebody to teach undergraduate, graduate classes. You want to do it? Yeah, all right. The money ain't great. Okay, take it on. So I started doing undergraduate. And then I got into the graduate one. And in the graduate one, I loved it because they sent me to the Rock. I didn't have to go to the college. Yeah. So I go over there, and I have, maybe about 10 guys and everything. So in one class, I had building and fire codes. Wow, okay. So, all right, and talking to him about the codes, the value, and everything else. And the one kid in the class said, they were all kids to me. He says to me, I just put a boiler in my house. Take out a permit? No. I went, this is a class where we're talking about permits.
Let's move on. I don't want to know anything more, right?
Then I have to describe to him, it's for you.
Right.
What do you mean? When you're selling a house? I don't know. If you sell a house, they want to know when that permit was pulled.
Right.
I'm sorry. And that saves you that they inspected it if something went wrong.
Right.
It's a win-win. Okay. So along comes the FDIC 2 weeks out. I said, I'm not here in 2 weeks. I said, next week when I come back, I said, well, I'm going to give you an assignment when I'm away. So I went around the academy. I took writing things down. I wrote everything down.
Sure.
I knew, all right, here's your assignment. Next week you come in here, you do an inspection of the academy. I want all the code violations. I want the section number, not the, say, 508. I want 508.1.2.3, whatever the heck it is. You're writing everything down. Okay. I come back. Okay. In the meantime, I see Frank Montagna. Mm-hmm. Frank wrote a great book. He taught for the FDIC, great battalion chief. I tell him what he did. Oh, Murph, you got to tell Mooney.
Going around the academy writing up potential violations, right?
What do you mean, Mooney? He's the new chief of the academy. Jack Mooney.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay. So we sit down, we talk, and I tell him everything, blah, blah, blah. This is what we did. Chains on doors, openings in walls, exit signs out, propane tank on the roof, storage under the stairwell.
All sorts of things, right?
He's like, so I went, and Jack, by the way, I'm sorry, but one of the guys sent it downtown.
Oh, oh no. Oh, no. Whoops.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
But Frank told me to tell him that.
I bet his eyes lit up, right? Oh, my gosh.
Wait, it gets better.
Yeah.
I come back next week, everything's done. If you see diamond plates in the academy on walls, that's me. That's you. Big hole behind
it.
Yeah.
What do we got? We can cover.
But the whole idea is it sends a message.
Right.
That's all it is. It was just having, learn a lesson, have some fun with it.
Yeah.
From that, the graduate stuff, then.
But the relationships along the way.
Oh my God, yes.
Right. Like I always say, you go to however many fires throughout your career.
Yeah.
And you remember the memorable ones, but it's the people you go to fires with is truly what makes the story, right?
Yeah.
And for you in your journey, I'm sure the relationships and the people you've met along the way. Yeah. I mean, talking with you today, I'm thinking about your Rolodex of friends, and I'm like, man, these are the 1-2% of the American fire service, you know?
Yeah.
And that makes for a hell of a story.
You know what it is, again, knowing, you know, people come to you.
That's right.
I meet this guy, Jimmy Curran. He's the president of the Burn Foundation.
Right.
And we have the Burn Center.
Right.
So he finds out, you what? Yeah, it was Debbie. Oh, really? Oh, we're great friends. And we did a lot of things behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Totally. He sets me up with John O'Hagan dies, and I need someone else. He goes, I'm at Emerald Society. We're having a party in 2 weeks. You know, blah, blah, blah. Meet John O'Rourke. Okay. I meet John O'Rourke. Hi, Chief. How you doing? I'm having a conversation with him as if I knew him my entire life. I said, John, I'm looking for a consultant for the hospital. You interested? Oh, yeah. Fine. So he works there. We're doing stuff. So, and again, he set me up on things and everything. He goes, hey, Jack, I have a side job in Brooklyn. What? He goes, it's a Civic home for special needs.
Right.
And they got state violations. Would you come in and help me out? Okay. So you go to a couple of meetings with them, the lawyer and the dean of the school and everything. We're there one day, and the dean is late. So the guy's there. He's just sitting there. He goes, you want to know something? You want a lawyer, you get a Jew. Now, this is a Jewish man saying this to me.
Totally.
I just want to preface that.
I get it.
All right? He goes, you want a good accountant, you get a Jew. You want to know anything about the fire department, get those 2 Irish guys over there.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
So,
sound advice.
Yeah, so John calls me up another one. Hey, Murph, what are you doing this summer? Awesome. My daughter's in softball. I'm all over the country.
Sure.
I said up and down the East Coast, and she's going out to California. I got a side job. They were supposed to do this thing 2 years ago. They got 6 months before they open up. Woodstock, 94.
Oh, wow.
So we wrote the fire safety plan for that opening.
Did you watch the documentary on that?
On 94 or 99? Which one?
Which one did they burn it all down? 99 was the fire?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that was kind of dumb on their part.
Oh,
It was on a tar pit.
Wild.
Yeah, parapet. That was the runway of an airport.
Yes.
Wow, is that baking down there?
Right.
You know, we at least had it in the hills.
That's right.
You know, I had two stages. So we had everything locked down as much as you can. Oh, you look on the sign. No alcohol, no drugs, no, yeah. Oh.
Okay.
All right. You know, but they're selling alcohol and stuff.
Sure.
So now we're setting up food pods and everything. Everything before it opens. And now I'm dealing with propane tanks on the truck road. You got to fix that. What do you mean? You ain't leaving them there. I said, go up there into the back home, get rocks, big rocks around here, and put them around there. So we did all things like that, prepping. Then they had a helicopter pad at the top. And the guy goes, you want to refuel here? No, you're not. Why not? Well, that leaks. It's going down into the crowd. Right. Go, you're coming from the airport, fill up over there. Little things like that.
Sure.
Then they set up a MASH tent, right, with Zach Goldfarb. He was an EMS guy, deputy chief. Mm-hmm. Hey, Zach, blah, blah, blah. He was doing, wow, this is great. I mean, air conditioning, you name it, OR, ER.
94.
And at one time, there was one nurse for 4 overdoses at a time.
Wow.
So, all that going down. 2 stages, left and right. Nighttime. Now they want to do fireworks. John and I were trying to talk them out and do laser show. No, fireworks. Okay. Fire truck is here at 2 in the morning. What do you want? You want to get up the hill? No, you're not going up the hill. There's no lights. There's no nothing. Come up tomorrow. Okay. They get up there. They set up. Blah, blah, blah. And there was a house up there. Well, we're staying here. You're not staying here. This is where the racks are going.
Right.
I said, we'll bring the engine, the local volleys to protect your house, but you're not staying here. So I had to leave. One of the racks went over on me. All right, at 3 in the morning.
Were you there for all of this?
Yeah, that was there the whole time.
So you didn't just write the plan.
No,
you actually
I worked
this.
it.
You lived this.
Then I went to a mental institute for.
I bet.
So the rack goes over. Before that, in between, got the townspeople come in, Saugerties. The music's too loud. There are 5 stories.
Yeah, what do you want me to do?
What do you want me to do? You're miles away.
Oh, we'll turn it down.
Yeah, turn it down. So the general, he was a brigadier general. He was in charge of everything. He goes, Murph, you tell him about the fireworks at 3 in the morning? They went off. But guess what the closing act was? Metallica. I'm going, oh, Christ. They're going crazy tonight.
Oh, yeah.
No. Fireworks. Betty bye.
Oh, really?
We never knew it was a tranquilizer for them. Just went to
perfect.
sleep. I'm out there. I'm done with this whole thing. I get done, And I got to go. I get back into Leonia. We have a multiple alarm fire when I get back. I'm going, really? Really? I get up there. I'm going, I go see Moran. He goes, I know you had a hard time. Yeah, I'm a vegetable. Everything's out. Yeah, good. I'm going. So a friend of mine gave me a cabin up in Connecticut somewhere. I forget. My wife's in Canada with what you call it? My son at hockey camp. My daughter came to the concert. She came back with a cousin. I'm going,
oh my gosh.
I said, here's the deal. I was behind in the back. I had my car there, the Cressida, like 2 beds. You put the seat down. You're sleeping here. I got 8 guys I'm sharing rooms with. Okay, they live there. But now we're amongst all the artists. Right. They're having dinner with Dylan.
Awesome.
You name it, everybody.
That's
and
so
it's like,
cool.
wow, it's like really great.
Yeah.
It was like one of the most outstanding things I've ever did.
I bet.
And it's like, oh, then I'm talking about this later on. Guess who's out in the audience?
Who's
Lavillo.
Oh, really? Of course he is. He's a rocker, man.
He goes, I didn't know you were there.
He's a rocker.
I said, so here's my weirdest fire protection alliance. The guy who runs the show, Mike something, calls me and the state fire marshal, and he goes, I need, we want to have some bonfires. What? He goes, no, bonfires. It's side by, the tents are like on top of one another. He goes, who wants to do that? The God of Fire. Excuse me? The God of Fire.
The God of Fire.
The God of Fire. Okay. Now this guy walks in. What do you call farmer pants with the bib up here, no shirt, a hat on, multicolored sections with a propeller on his head. I said, and what do you want to do? We want to start a bonfire. Why? Well, we worship fire. Okay. So me and the fire marshal go outside. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know either. But I don't know if we're going to win this one, but let's see. We go back in, and we say to them, all right, show us what you do. Set it up. Don't light anything up. Set it up. I said, and no fuel. So they went out. They cleared all the grass away and everything, brushed it, and put all the rocks around, dug a hole in the head, did something there. And they lit it, kindled a light. And they had a couple of water cans. I said, here's the deal. We came up with this. One for each site. I said, in an area that we give you, and that's it. I said, but we want a guy in your group assigned to my fire trucks on the north and the south. Why do you want that? Because you're going in for the unfriendly fires. We're not going in.
That's right.
We're not going in.
That's right.
Okay. So, boom. All right. So a couple of days later, I'm with Bill Hillemeyer, Jr. His father was chief in Teaneck.
Okay.
And Bill works for the record. I have a built-in photographer for all my slides.
That's awesome.
So
that's cool.
We're riding up the hill, and here comes the propeller head. Oh, I said to the state fire marshal, does he spell God, G-U-A-R-D or G-O-D?
Yeah, right.
Which one? Yeah. So he comes out from behind the scenes. Hey, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Yeah, one more night to go. I thank the guys are there. They're putting the fires out. No problem. Can I ask you a question? What do you go after the people? We just tell them, put it out. Other than that, we're going to kick your ass. I said, thank you very much. I drove away.
It works.
But it did, though.
Yeah.
It's one of those, the state police wouldn't go in.
Sure.
We wouldn't go in. I had a shirt on that said fire department at least,
Right.
And we had some runs, put out fires.
Sure.
Things like that, all that stuff. And volunteers manned the house right next to it.
Wow.
So it went well, but when I say I was drained.
I bet.
I really was.
I bet.
So it was just like.
I'm sure there wasn't much rest during that
it wasn't.
week. Yeah.
And
that's incredible.
it
Fast
just-
forward to 99, you see what happened there. I mean, my
I
gosh.
heard. Yeah, they didn't hire us, so that was good. But the thing is that's the 90s and everything. And then 2000 comes along, 2001, and that havoc stuff. So
Where were you for September 11th? I mean, where were you in your career and so on?
I left Leonia in 2000. I took a leave of absence. After I left the hospital, I went to Citibank.
Right.
So I was there for 4 years.
Okay.
As a global vice president for fire protection.
Yeah.
On their dime.
Global. So all of their
I
operations.
flew all over the world.
Wow.
I was in 103 countries, the company, with over 300,000 employees.
It's wild.
So I go out at 2 weeks at a time. And when I saw things out there that were not either U.S. standards or British standards, I applied NFPA 1.
That's what I was going to ask you. How do you enforce or how do you ask for what you want done when you're dealing with 103 different countries?
Because the chairman, Jack
That's what I'm
Reed,
getting at,
Jack
right.
Reed, John Reed bought into it. The backup story is that they had a fire safety program long before I got there. I was the third one in, because in Brazil, São Paulo, the San Jamal building fire,
Okay.
170 or 160 Citibank employees.
Oh, wow.
He bought into it. And I would go around globally, gather up my safety people, and give lectures and things and all that other stuff, and that went on. But it gave me an inside education of the capabilities of fire departments. And it's like, it's like, whoa. You come back here, you go, we're not bad.
And the difference in codes.
Yes, yeah, oh, yeah.
I mean,
most
that's what concerns me when you travel globally to
Yeah.
look, as a fireman, to go into a hotel in a different country. I mean, your eyes are wandering everywhere,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, part of my itinerary to travel, 7th floor street side. Anything below 7, it wouldn't go up higher. I don't know where I'm going.
That's right.
It's just like, and you're out there, you're going, you're doing these things, and I mean, hopping around South America and everything, and I get into Ecuador. Was it Ecuador? Bolivia? I'm trying, Ecuador. Get it, there's Guayaquil. I get down there, it's like, oh, going, okay. Everybody has guns. Going, me and another guy, FBI guy, got. I get to the hotel, the rest of it was submachine guns. I said, Mike, I guess we're eating in today?
Yeah, we're room service tonight. Yeah, we're not going out.
She go there, okay. Then we fly up to Quito. And up in Quito, it's in the mountains. Wow. And it's nice. And I'm with a kid who's representing them, but he lived in Fort Lee. His father worked for the UN.
That's wild.
So we were going back and forth, blah, blah, blah. I get up there, it's like a different world. It's like totally different. I said to him, you know the United States? He goes, yeah. The North and the South? He goes, yes. Like here? Yes. But when I talked to the chief, I would go into all the fire departments, see their capability.
Right.
He's telling me through the interpreter that 75% of the time, the fire hydrants are out. God.
Right.
And I was dealing with all that.
Sure.
That stuff all over the
Sure.
place. And when I went to Hong Kong, they were like military stuff.
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom. So was Japan. Boom, boom, boom. But you go into Shanghai, totally different. Totally different.
Hell of a project, but I have to think that would wear on you. You said you did that for 4 years?
Yeah.
With the travel and
yeah.
I mean, I feel like you're always playing catch up with a job like that,
Yeah, but the advantage there was that, no cell phones, no computer, laptops.
Well, that's
and
back
I
then,
had to
sure.
go.
Right.
That's it. I'm dealing on the phone with the guy from India.
Right.
They never reported a fire in the computer's data center, and he burned it down. He was up on the 8th floor. Lucky you got out. One stairwell open, no water pressure, no hydrants. Now I'm trying to convince him on the phone.
Right.
Like 4 or 5 months. Why do you want me on the 3rd floor? Because you can jump out the window. How's that?
Yeah.
I convinced him. That's it. I'm sorry, but again, communicate,
Sure.
and here you go.
Yeah.
Hit them.
Yeah.
Hit them that they don't go down hard, but they understand what you're talking about.
What a wild ride.
Yeah, that was like, and then my boss leaves, and they come in. Citibank merged with Travelers Insurance, and I went to my boss in the security. I said, Jerry, they have a lot of loss prevention people. I want to see if I can marry up with them. His boss told him no. Really. They eventually pushed us out.
Right.
It merges,
Sure.
things like that.
Yep, absolutely.
So my boss leaves, goes to California. He goes, Murph, I got a job for you. He goes, I go, what? He goes, out here called Webvan. And it was way before the delivery service for food and everything. Right. Doing warehouses all over the country. He said, we're building one in North Bergen. Work for me for a while out here, and you can work out of the North Bergen office. You don't have to work out of your house. But okay. So that goes on, and then they start collapsing in 2001.
Right.
The dot-com stuff goes down.
Yeah.
So I left. I came back. I came across country and drove back. I get there. Murtaugh, I keep bringing his name up. He goes, I said, he needs a job. He goes, all right. John Mitchell, he does processing for all the codes in the city headquarters. You know everybody down there. So I worked there until that happened. 2 weeks before, Mitchell and I are in front of the ladder. We get the 5, Drennan, John Drennan, and 3 other guys. There's a little island there. He's talking about money that they're raising for a memorial for them. This is 2 weeks before 9/11. a week before 9/11, Ellison, a friend of mine in Bergen County, says, we want to look at the communications van in Brooklyn. So I asked Ellison. So he sets us up. We go over there. We get on late. We get done, everything. He goes, come on, we go over the boat. We go over the boat. We go out on the boat. We were going up and around the boat, and they had some runs. Okay, we're going up here.
Yeah.
Never got to that.
Right.
The guy who's the captain is Al Fuente.
Mm-hmm. I recognize the name,
one of
sure.
the last guys pulled
Yeah.
out, and they didn't know where he was for a time. He's in Jersey. So they have pictures of us in front of the Trade Center.
Wow.
So when that thing hit.
And this is when? A couple days before?
A week before, I think. A week or two, I forget.
Yeah.
So when that hit, was it a week? I don't know, a couple days before, Ellison said, what you call it? They're going to have a drill in the World Trade Center, all right? So, okay, fine. So I wake up in the morning, and I see it's on fire. I'm calling Ellison. Jimmy, the World Trade Center. No, they haven't. Jimmy, it's on fire. We put the TV. He puts the TV on. Now we see the second plane hit.
Yeah.
Then we back up. In '93, I was there.
Okay, for the bombing.
Right. The EMS director said, Murph, you got to come with me. You know safety. Be the safety officer for us. So we went down there, and we got assigned to the South Tower on the 34th floor. Mm. So we pack up. I have a MERV unit, a medical emergency room, things like that. We pack up everything. I got 4 E-cylinders on me, medical bags. We got medical staff, doctors and everything. We're going up. Our assignment was 34th floor. A woman, 8 months pregnant, in convulsions.
Wow.
So we get up there, 40 minutes. The elevator's out, everything. I'm braking. I get the key. No, everything's out. Generator's going. Oh, gosh. We walk over. So we get up to the floor. We take over. I think it was Oppenheimer. We took over their boardroom. We got these like 25 feet long, a table. Get in there. Okay, set up. Give me your flashlights. I collected them. I didn't want them to use it. And I said, once you get set up and took care of this lady, more people coming in. I said, Jack, give me 1 or 2 guys. I'm going for procurement. What can I collect? More oxygen bottles, big bottles of water. We don't know how long we're going to be there.
Sure.
I get up to this floor above. I open the door, close it. What's in there? No, don't worry. I get down. I say, he's another Jack. Jack, we got dinner. What do you mean we got dinner? They left lunch. I shut off the Bunsen burners.
We might be here a while. We're going to be all right.
Planning.
Yeah.
About midnight, 2 in the morning, we got out of there. I forget.
Wow.
And the kid was born the next day.
Is that right?
Yeah, we never saw him. So now, fast forward to 2001, and we do that. And I said, all right, I'm ready. I was ready to go back over the hospital. And Skip Bischoff calls me. Murphy, putting the task force together.
Yeah.
Coming at him. Get your companies together. I need rescues. Okay, so we got our rescues together. We got an engine, a ladder, and we have the adapters for the hydrants and that. And I said, I need an ambulance. And Leonia has a communications van. And Kevin Karras built that for us. What an angel he was. We got that over there because he had all their frequencies.
Right.
So we pull up in front with this. We're trying to go over the bridge, and the Port Authority cop says, go. I ain't going until I get permission.
They stopped us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
They stopped us.
No.
We were called with our rescue, which had an onboard Cascade.
Wow.
And early on,
Yeah.
they had called for us, even before New Jersey started putting the task force together.
Yeah.
We were dispatched to go directly in, and we got to the bridge, and we were held by the cops. They said they had threats against the bridge.
Yeah.
And they weren't letting anybody else cross. And then we ended up sitting in Fort Lee for a while, and then ended up getting sent home. And that's when they started organizing at Giant Stadium. And all of that.
That was for you guys. I was the first one over.
Yeah.
And he's telling, I said, as soon as my coordinator says you're going. So he gets clearance. That's when he said, we got threats on the bridge. I said, I'll get in your car. We go over first. And I said to the guys, 1 truck at a time.
If I was driving it, we would have went. The guys up front in our truck, they were like, we're not crossing. I'm like, look, we're all in the back of the, walking rescue. We're all yelling, let's go,
Yeah. So
Yikes.
we were going down there,
Yeah.
and we got diverted. So I went to the 16th Battalion. And I'm trying to think of the chief's name. Who's serving there as captains and lieutenants? Ray McCormick and Bobby Morris.
Okay.
And they look at me, and I'm going,
And you knew them prior?
yeah, from the FDIC.
Sure.
I go upstairs, go see Roby. He's the battalion chief. I explained to him. He goes, I have no communications downtown. I said, we're here. I said, whatever you want. So now all the buses are coming in because they were all coming out of, dispatched out of the battalions around the city. Ray, Morris comes up to me. Murph, can I look at you? Bob, whatever you want. Can I pull it? Bob, whatever you want.
Right.
That's it. He comes back. He goes, you know, I have more equipment than some of us in your rescues. I said, Bob, if you want to take them, you got to take my communications van because we have all the radios. Okay, so we worked that out. I don't know, about 2 or 3 in the morning, it was getting dark, and they sent us up to the campus. And they, I don't know, we got called to, you know, go home. Okay, so I went home. And so, not that next day, but 2 days later, I called Delaney. Jack, yeah, I want to get in the back. Me and Lewis went down. So
Yeah.
we worked 24 hours down there. And then we get out of there. Ellison calls me after he sets up with John and everything, all that stuff. I said, he goes, I'm working with Bratton, ex-police commissioner.
Yeah, Bill Bratton,
and,
sure.
and another good friend, Jerry Hauer. Jerry was a phenomenal OEM director and under Giuliani. And they call us and they say, we need your help. Okay, fine. We'll help you out. So now we're putting together, we want to evacuate the high-rise buildings. What? They're not designed to be fully evacuated. So we came up with a whole scheme. We went down to one of the matter of fact, it was J.P. Morgan Chase Plaza down there, 60-story and a 40-story. You come up with schemes how to evacuate without using elevators at that time. So we trained all the wardens first, then trained the people. And when they came down the stairs and everything, we had sat in the lobby water.
What was the intent of that? Just because of a future attack, potential for another attack, something like that?
And the anxiety.
Yeah,
of
right. Oh, of
everybody.
course. Everything
it's
was
off
heightened.
the charts.
Right.
Off the charts.
So this was, hey, we still have occupied high rises here,
Right.
and we got to worry about getting everybody out if something happens.
Yes.
Okay.
And the idea is that it never came, later on, it came into the picture elevators. So you had to scheme 2 stairs. So it was 60 to 55 went in A, and 54 to 51 went in B, and you went back and forth.
Right.
When you're doing the uppers, we come up with the scheme of the top 10 floors go now. Use both to get out of the way. Go. And then we drop the others. But we had to train people when they went around the other exits around the building. They never saw it.
Sure.
So you go out, say like on the J Street, or if you go right, it's north. So all those things came into play at that time. So that's going on. And then we get called into Bratton's office, and Howard, he goes, we got a job for you downstairs. Now there's 3 FBI guys standing behind us. You got a special project. We got a client. Yeah, okay. That time, Scotiabank. Okay. There's a vault underneath the World Trade Center. Okay. He goes, there's $500 million gold and silver. Okay. Well, we have to take it out. So the guy from Scotiabank is there. Well, he goes, it's affecting our economy. We don't have a handle of this. It's bad. So we have to have it secured somehow. And we're saying, I work for a bank. I said, it's in a vault. It's 4 feet thick. All the walls, as they pour it, put the rebar, they put the pipe in. The next level, the pipe changes direction. There's no direct line in there. The door is humongous. I said, no, you got to get it out. Okay. So now Jim and I are in charge of putting that together. Well, the eyes behind me when we turned around, a lot of growling going on. And when they left, Jerry, why us? You're in charge down there.
Jeez.
Spent a whole month doing this, logistically planning, plan A, B, C, working with Port Authority. Every time we went, we were escorted, cameras, video, everything going on. And I hook up with the structural engineering firm that put it. He gave me one of their PEs. So we're trying to see if we can get through this one tunnel area. At the north end, that's where all the trucks come in, went underground, looped around the whole plaza, and went back out.
Yes.
Well, that's where the goal was.
Okay.
So there was a tunnel there, an old Port Authority. Hudson Tubes, that was part of it. We get there on our side, all right, we look, and there's like maybe 5,000 gallons of fuel, diesel fuel for number 7, all right, all the generators.
Yeah.
So now there's all debris there. The guy goes, I got to see what's on the other side of that. We're going back and forth, we can't do this. So one day we're in, let me see, 1, 2, 3. We're in 1, 2, 3. We're in 4. Walking through 4. That's where Secret Services, FBI, all the agencies with Alphabet City guys, and all the cars are flipped. All the stuff. You could smell it. It's like the whole building shakes, Jeremy. It's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
You're just riding it out.
Yep.
And I said to the guy, where are we going? I got to get to that door. door's jammed. You can't open it. You get back outside, and it's like, I said, we've been doing this for a few weeks now. I said, are you up to climbing? He goes, yeah. I said, the cop, you ready? We went around the perimeter, never disturbing anything out there.
Right.
Never. Around the perimeter. I got him on the other side. He looked, he goes, it looks like if I clear everything out of here, structurally this is good, but I won't know until everything's out. So that's plan A. Plan B is I get on the plaza and I extract it with a crane and everything. That's going to be tough. When we got into the safe, it was 2 levels. All the gold, all the silver is bigger bullions, and the gold is in a separate state. So another plan was go up the block to the Federal Reserve, up the block where the gold is for them. I was in that, they had me in the cellar there a long time ago. Guy goes, you can't take the gold. You can't take the silver. And the bank goes, well, I can't split it. So the next plan was Brinks had their warehouse in Brooklyn with a huge vault and everything. So within 24 hours, we go back to Hayden. That was Chief Hayden. He was the commander at the time. And the deputy chief was Blades, Charlie Blades. In our first meeting with them about this, Blades comes down the stairs. He goes, Jimmy, Murph, yeah. He looks around and he goes, they sent me people from Alaska. I'm looking at him. Okay. Do they have standpipes I don't know about in trees? I says, no. Wait, it gets better.
Yeah.
Go back 2 weeks later. I love these people from Alaska. I got 24-hour IPAs, 40. They love it. That turned them on to becoming IMS people to travel.
That's hilarious.
How's that?
Yeah.
That's the foundation there for that. So we do that. Pete says to me later, he goes, they want to take down 5 and 6. Oh, God. I said, I didn't get it out there yet. I'm holding off. You go. You keep going. You tell me when you're done. So they held those things up for me to get it out. We extracted 135, 138 trucks.
No
full
kidding.
Machine guns, everything. When I say,
Holy.
and guess who got in the vault?
You.
No.
Come on.
No. John O'Connell.
No kidding.
Yes. We went to John before he saw John. He goes, what are you doing here? We explained. He was doing all the structural stuff and everything. So he has a picture of him in the vault.
No way.
Yes, yeah.
Wow.
And I laugh at him. Did you get any samples?
How do you... What a story. I mean, how...
But the thing was that it wasn't the story, and that's what we wanted to be. It's not the story. When we come out of our last meeting on West Street, we saw that's the protest with the fire department.
Right.
Because they wanted them off the pile.
Right.
Totally off the pile.
Sure.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and now there's police barricades. It was a setup. It was a setup. And I'll tell you right now, I saw the inspector pick up the horse and push it into the crowd.
Right.
And all of a sudden, motorcycles, everything's coming out the other side.
Yeah.
So, little stories that you don't hear about.
Yeah.
But the whole idea down there is, I've been to meetings down there. In the Freedom Tower, I won't call it the World Trade Center.
Right.
And I look out the window. I'd never been on the plaza.
You haven't?
No. And what it was is that I went out with a captain, Russ Toohey. He goes, I said, Russ, I've never been over here. When I look down above, I think it's below grade.
Sure.
He goes, get over in the corner over here. Come over here. He takes me to the South Tower on the AD corner. Gansey, Freehan, all the names. And he goes, when I was a young lieutenant, he goes, just made, I was assigned to Ladder 7. He goes, I'm at a district. I'm at Katz's Deli. He goes, we're in our bunker pants. Everyone's in there. All of a sudden, the truck's going down the street. The chauffeur wasn't in there. Oh, no. And they're playing that catch him out, got down the street. Well, the truck finally stops. He looks in. It's Pete Gansey driving.
No way.
Chief of department.
Oh, my gosh.
In the other seat is the first deputy commissioner, Bill Feehan, former chief of department. Of course. They're laughing their heads off. And he says to Russ, Lieutenant, I know you just made. You got to keep the chauffeur with the truck. That's all he said. And I said, Russell, thank you. You gave me something that I can hang my hat on.
Yes.
And think of all these people. That was.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know we relationships, right?
Yeah.
And we keep getting back to that. The people that you find along the way, the people that you gravitate towards, right? Your career is full of them.
Yeah.
And the stories that you get to cherish within, right? Like, this is where, for me, It's so important to hear these stories, to get these stories out, right? These are the stories that fuel you, friends of yours, right? Feehan, Gansey, all these names, right? People that have made an incredible impact, not just in New York City, but to the fire service nationally, right?
Oh, nationally. You know, one of my, we were called the bosom buddies, me and Jimmy Ellison. I met him in Jim Murtaugh's class. We became the best of friends. Here he is, the guy with the largest fire department in the world, meeting the kid from across the street,
right.
you know, in a small town, volunteer town. We hooked up. We never left.
Right.
I hired him the next story is I went to the FDIC in 96.
Right.
I didn't become chief of department because prior to FDIC, Bill Manning, then the editor of Fire, still the editor of Fire Engine, and Corbett, we were putting together a traveling show.
Right.
We were doing that. All right. So I said, I can't take chief of department. This is coming up. Well, 96, they finally bought something else besides what we were trying to do, the FDIC.
Right.
So I went into that in Indianapolis, and I was the educational coordinator. I go out there for the first time. I met my good friend. He died in line of duty, Steve Al. He was a captain, later became a battalion chief. So we're walking around the fire museum and its union headquarters, and I meet Tom Hannafy. You meet the union president, Tom Hannafy. Hey, Tom, how you doing? I'm from New York. Where you from? Queens. Okay. Walk around, do the whole thing, come back. Yeah, great, Tom. Nice meeting you. Can I tell you something? No one ever fucking says they're from Queens.
You're right. You're right.
He goes, I said, see, you're either the city, which to us is Manhattan, or Brooklyn or the Bronx.
Right.
You know, you don't leave Staten Island out, too. We hit it off. We became the best of friends.
Yeah.
He went all the way up to being the state rep for the IFF. It was a great marriage. It really was. Smitty was the chief of department. Him and Tom got together. And the union would say, time out. Let me see the FDIC was here last year. I'll just throw a number out. Oh, they brought in $45 million for the week. They all went, what?
Yeah.
Okay, that's way up there now. I started off with 12,000 attendees. Last year was 37 plus.
Yep.
63 countries.
Yes.
This is 4 shows in one, maybe now 5. Basically, hot evolutions outside, workshops inside. Hot hands-on training inside is called SAT.
Right.
A double T. You know what the double T's are?
No.
Sit on your tush and think.
There you go. It's accurate.
It's accurate.
It's accurate.
So you do the workshops.
Right.
Then you go into the main program. That's phase 2. Then you go into all the classrooms. Now in 45 minutes. I think we're almost 300 now. Right. And then you go into the vendors. Right. That opens up. We've been running since 2002, the 9/11 stair climb. This year is special. It's the 25th anniversary.
Yes.
So we're doing special things.
Yeah, they had reached out. We had a brief conversation a month or two back.
Yeah, that's going on. So big names are coming in for that.
Yep.
You know, we just honored for the fire directors. They got the Fire Safety Award for the tunnels to towers. You know, we give that prestigious award out every year. And we give it a uniform award, too. That went to a good friend of mine, John Esposito. We sat on the National High Rise Committee. I met him. Here's how networking is. I'm with Sal, the Casano, the commissioner. He's in Jersey talking. Hey, Murph, how you doing? Hey, John, Chief, how you doing? Commissioner, blah, 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 talking. Meet this guy, new battalion chief, John Esposito. He says, stick with him.
This is wild. It's wild. Right.
You know what it is, though? It's be yourself and don't worry about what's going to happen. All right? You can't control that. But everybody you bring into the fold, all right, is people you trust. I brought the Morans, the Lewises, the Tony Vecchios, the Steve Gillespie's, the Jim Ellison with me, the FDIC. And we set up a command thing. This is what we do. This is how you do this. Blah, blah, blah. You have a problem? Take care of it. If you can't take it, call me. Other than that, leave. They left me alone. Right. Because I took people who could think on their feet.
Correct.
That's it.
Yeah, you built a team.
So one day I go to John. I said, John, don't forget, we need that bus to get the students over to the museum because they have a public education thing there. Okay. See him later. The bus? Yeah, it's good. Okay, thank you. I said, John, I was told there was no bus. He said, they went. Okay. John, one thing. They get back? Yes, thank you.
Right. That's it.
I don't need to know.
All I need to know.
Just do it. Yeah. And that's how we worked everything out.
Yeah.
Ellison, his first year, he wanted to go to Hooters. I'm going, really, Jim? Really? Hooters? Well, first of all, he don't drink. That's number one. But he likes the view.
Right.
Okay. So we get there, and the girl comes over. We're firemen. What are you doing here? Convention. Firemen's. It's a firemen's convention? Yeah. You better get a lot of kegs here.
Yeah.
She comes back. She puts the drinks down. He gets his soda. And Jim's on the job, 35 years at that time. She goes, my uncle's on the job. He's the lieutenant here. How long is he on the job? 17 years. He's older than Dirt. Well, we all look at Ellison all week long. Hey, Dirt.
Hey, Dirt. Hey, Dirt. That's how nicknames are made. Yeah.
Now, Lord Jim. Oh, here's a Lord Jim and Ray Downey. Ray Downey's nickname was God.
Yep.
And Jim, for some reason, was Lord Jim, but he didn't get that from Ray. He got that when it was in 124. All right? And his other lieutenant was Gansey. So we're going up to the hospitality room, and there's Ray against the window, and above him is the Hyatt. Round thing? Well, there's a blue halo over Ray's head. And Jim looks, and you can't say anything. I'll do it.
Yeah.
And I went up to Ray. I go, Ray, you're carrying this damn God thing too far. What? And he looked at me. Turn around. He started laughing.
That's hilarious.
And I said,
very funny.
We didn't have cameras then.
Right. Right.
It was perfect.
I love that.
So it's just, I don't know. It's just keep going.
Yeah,
I love lecturing.
I asked you a question before we started. I said something I wanted to ask you during this today was to recognize when you realized that you wanted to do more outside of your own zip code. But after hearing your story, it's just who you are. And it's like it just constantly evolves. And it's like when you're making good choices and surrounding yourself with good people, good things happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it does. And again, it's human nature.
Right.
You know, I was never a bastard. Let's put it that way. You know,
I get it.
And once in a while, I get pissed.
Yeah, sure.
Once in a while,
Absolutely.
I really got pissed. And I'll tell you right now, when the mutual aid turned on me after 9/11, really, because I wouldn't let that chief in charge.
Right.
All right. That chief couldn't handle a tool on fire the week before in his town.
Right.
And I know everybody in the city.
That's
sorry. That's it. So I put the guy in charge as a Fort Lee guy. I'm sorry. I took the abuse. I don't care.
Right.
It was the wrong time.
Doing the right thing is always doing the right thing.
It is. You pay it. Hey, that's it. So it's minimal. You know, minimal. So
Yeah.
Me and Tom Kuska, another good friend. Me, Tom Kuska, Moran wrote the response book. Mutual aid there. At one time, so flip over a little card. It went to books and everything.
Yeah.
This is what you do for this. This is what you do for that. This is how you call this. This is how you do that. We put up, hearing from Jim and everybody, 100-man fire for high rises. We put up a thing if it was it's an automatic fourth alarm assignment for working fire. For that is, at that time, I was dealing with 10 towns. They're coming. Right? X number go to the site. X number staying back with staging down the block. And at the same time, we're calling Midbergen to bring them in.
Right.
All right. So that's 30, 40 minutes out. So they had that in play. So all that thing is there. Now, I leave, Moran leaves, Tom falls, lets out, and they lost the book.
course.
Kids in class yesterday.
That's how it happens.
Hey, still doing the fourth alarm sign? No. You see, here's the thing, you lay foundations. We need foundations. We really do. And build it out. And that's what I'm trying to do with that thing.
So let's hop into it because it's a great that thing is a very large hardcover book. I know you were just teaching up in Boston with Jerry Tracy, right? Your book, High Rise Buildings: Understanding the Vertical Challenges. It's written with Jerry Tracy and James Murtaugh, who just recently passed.
Jim just passed Thursday, so and I can't get down to the funeral because I'm teaching. Yeah. So that's this week. What an icon, a think tank, a walking think tank of a man, and everybody doing the accolades on fire engineer. You could see that how he touched so many people, over and over, and he again I worked with him, like I said, with the building information for the hospital, with SIDS and everything, and as a teacher and everything. It's just outstanding. He was outstanding right up to the end. His son told me. He said he was working at the end on the book. He wouldn't give up.
Yeah.
So.
I get it. And, that is all about what the message is today with this podcast, right? It's like surround yourself with people that challenge you to want to be better, right? Friendships like that.
Oh, God.
And not only that, but to be able to work with your friends like you have.
Yeah.
Like you develop these relationships along the way, and then they become friends. It's not colleagues;
No.
they're friends.
Yes,
and it just makes it so
And
much
it's a
better.
network.
Yes.
You pick up the phone, you can call somebody. Hey, look, I'm looking for, okay. And they call you.
Yes.
Okay, it's just putting the dots together. That's
Yeah.
it. You don't take any credit. Just put the dots together. You're out there doing this stuff. This book is like 100 years of our experiences.
So tell me about the book. Let's talk about it.
So in this book here, it's 12 chapters. I had to split building systems into 2, so we wouldn't wind up with 13.
Right. You can't have 13 for a building,
So
right? Yeah, right.
Yeah, but the whole thing was all the complexity of building systems.
Right.
You know, how the codes affect it. And what we did there, they allowed me, when I wrote the whole chapter on codes, when we went into the other chapters on standpipes and sprinklers,
Right.
I put the code section there. You don't have to go back and look at it. We put an appendix in the back too, annexes in each page, in each chapter rather. These are other things to look at. And we had people comment on their experience and things too in high rises. So that's all put in it.
Incredible.
It's inclusive of a lot of things. You know, Jim was forward command, high rise command, forward. He took that thing apart.
Right.
He was in that unique thing, you know, and the thing there. Jerry wrote on fire company responses, you know, which is great for fire units, all the units responding. Jim comes along and takes what Jerry is like the incident command to the next level. You know, just for an example, if you're the first due battalion chief, you set up initial command. You're going to go somewhere else. You're either going to go sector, fire sector, search and rescue. You know what I'm saying? Now the deputy comes in.
Right.
They take over. Now the assistant chief comes in.
Sure.
Well, Jim was in all those ranks.
Yes.
He knew how to deal with everybody. Then he knew how to deal with the bureaucracy of these major events, the press stuff, all the outside agencies and everything. He kept throwing things at us. He said, we all know incident management system, but do you know the process of it? Incident process system, IPS. He talked about that and took us into battle plans. You have to have a battle plan for this. You have to have that. And it just keeps going on. We went into buildings under construction, and we went into futuristic stuff, too.
Yeah.
And I went into buildings, in my experiences in hospitals. So we picked on this book, hospitals, residential, hotels, and office buildings. Now it's mixed occupancies.
Yeah.
So those are all the things that are in there. And
Coming from 3 different perspectives that marry with one another.
Yes, we saw the value of each one of us, and just put it together, you know, and just said this will work. But we never realized it would be that big.
It's a heck of a book.
It is.
And the undertaking on something like this is a career's worth of information.
It's if it wasn't for COVID, we'd still be working on it.
I mean, you're the downtime of COVID allowed you to actually sit in front of a keyboard.
The 3 of
and
us would get on the conference calls. You know, a lot of times me and Jerry get on the conference calls like at 6:30 in the morning.
You look at, I mean, that's almost 700 pages.
Yeah, spend about 2 hours there and go to work.
Right.
So each one had different sections to write on, which is great.
Sure.
And then Jim and Jerry did the command fire responses. I did my fire responses on hospitals, things like that. So we just kept picking off one another.
Sure.
And that's the way that whole thing went. And I insisted on the big letters, high rise.
Yeah.
So that photo there is off the Empire State Building.
Right.
All right. You see, up in the upper left-hand side, you see the Jersey connection.
Well, Leonia, is Leonia right over there?
The GW.
The GW, right? But that's Fort Lee, and then Leonia's right there. I mean,
So
your hometown is.
I said I'm the
right
Jersey. I'm the Jersey connection going back over the bridge.
That's it.
And then flip the other side. It's on the top there. It's muted.
Right.
It's muted. It's what we call the empty sky. The Empire State. I mean, the Statue of Liberty. Listen to me. The World Trade Center's not there.
Yeah.
And this gentleman, Bob Chris, was my neighbor. And he did a book on New York City before that. He asked me to come in after this. He's a National Geographic renowned photographer. So I said, Bob, can I have permission for that? He gave it to me. So again, networking.
That's incredible.
Talking to people, you know, and that stuff. And it's never ending, you know, with that. I got a call the other day from an Oakland chief. Hey, I saw your thing, blah, 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 what you did last year with the high-rise stuff at the FDIC. And I saw your stuff in Boston. You want to come out and talk. So those things. I'm not an advertiser, but people
I get it. Yeah.
You know, and my last thing is that I'm still working on. with the building information card, when we put it in play in New York City, it's what I call a passive card. Passive. It's here. And the reason for that is that, obviously, the city's computer system couldn't take it. So what it did, when you did the EAP and submitted it to the fire department, you put in the building information card.
Right.
All right? And that's that. So I took that when we settled on what we wanted, and I made it electronic. So now you can build the whole thing all at once. And you can put in the footprint.
That's cool.
Building. All right? And then when you go to the verticals, you hit that the third floor, the floor plan comes out.
So you're working on this now?
It's done.
It's done.
It's been done.
That's exciting.
Yeah, and then I threw in two other things, all right? Is fire protection systems out of service that the building owner can flip to you, and then buildings under construction, they can flip that. So when you go out the door, you know that information. So I mentioned QAPs before.
Yeah. Yep.
And
You're okay.
With the QAPs,
Yeah.
I called another chief, Billy Shoulders.
Okay.
Billy Shoulders, another famous guy in Philly, commander of one Meridian Plaza.
Yeah.
Billy, at the time, on and off tour for me at the FDIC. Hey, Billy, he goes, what are you doing? He said, and talking at the National Fire Academy, command and control class. He goes, yeah. He says, I told him what I was doing. Yeah, those are quick action plans, QAPs. Oh, all right. Okay. What are you doing? Just talking about it. How about if I send you something, what I broke down? I said, okay. So on a QAP 1, I said, you get there. Again, did I tell you that I changed the thing in Firefighter 1 and 2 book?
No, yes, you did.
Two
yeah,
cycles
right.
is fire protection plans, pre-incident planning. I said, Glenn, I want to change the title. They're not buying it. So it's called Pre-Incident Building Intelligence for Battle Plans.
Okay.
We do recon
Right.
to get intelligence.
Sure.
We're mirroring how many people are in the military. You go out to fight the enemy, just say, well, like we say, let's go.
No, we do intelligence for
We
sure.
do intelligence.
Yeah.
So we put that together.
Good.
So QAP 1 is the size up right there. The whole size. You don't have to, when you get there, you already have it.
Right.
And when you get there, a little tickler, what's the conditions when you arrive? Then you get, on the second layer of that, initial ops, fire protection system, any threats to you in the building. You already wrote it down. All right? Anything out of service, things of that nature. That's it. No more. You call for QAP 2. It's the footprint of the building. These are 30 to 60-second reads. You put the arrow in front where you are, and you look left and right. Elevator here, that goes to the roof, that goes to the base, blah, blah, blah. You do that. And then you deploy personnel within quickly where you want them to go. All right? You see the whole layout of the line.
Yeah.
You know? With that, the vertical rises are right on top. Over the years, working with the fire department, Jimmy Hodgins, we came up with all stairs are green, all access stairs, private stairs in between, like businesses, Jeremy's
Right.
Corporation
Sure.
has the 13th and 14th. We don't have 13.
No
You
13.
have 14 and 15.
No 13
No,
chapters. No 13th floor. No 13.
So we picked that out. Those are orange. All elevators are blue. Blind shafts are gray.
Yeah.
Over here, next one over is if you want to put occupancy down there. All right. Next one over is floor plans. You hit that, the floor plan opens up electronically. Then you have the thing on both sides. You put down where all the stairs are. I mean, not the stairs, the floors. And then you put down the mechanical rooms. You highlight them on the side. So these are all different things really thrown at you. And the whole idea is use that as a tool. In one of the jobs that went down 2 years ago, the 8th Battalion Chief, Tommy LaPola, had the helicopter building. Once he gets in, he gets the card. He sees where everything is. All right, he knows what's on the roof. He knows where the standpipes are and everything else. And he knew they had a failure in one standpipe. I think they had that, and they knew they had to go to the other side. So all these things that are quick reminders. We're talking in frustration, in what we call thinking in time.
Right.
You can't be making this stuff as you go along once you get in there. And everybody's buying into it, but at a slow rate.
It's a massive undertaking.
It is, but it isn't. If you just take it apart a little at a time. Here's
Yeah,
my,
break it down for me,
here's
because
my-
I want to try to understand this better. So
Here's my
please.
challenge to the department.
Yeah.
It's too much work, like you said. No, it isn't. Here's a little deal. You start out with 20 buildings, maybe a small town. Give me your target buildings. Okay, give me your target buildings, right? You go in and look at the buildings here. This isn't an inspection. This is a recon, right? You go in there and gather information. Let's just say building information. Do the plain there, address, height, blah, blah, blah. Building stats,
Sure.
little boxes. Get
Yeah,
that
I get it.
information. That's what. Go a little at a time. What you get in there at the same time are new eyes.
Right.
All right, here's a new eye. I did TNEC at the hospital, Holy Name.
Right.
I'm in there, my 4th crew, all right? And showing them where the shut-off thing is for, what do you call it? It's an area where they're non-contaminated. You put your hands in for medicine, putting them in bottles, pills
Right.
and everything.
Yep.
I said, what if the guy gets stuck in there? He goes, what do you mean? Well, where's the shut-off? You said there's air circulating in there. Where's the tanks? So the engineer took us downstairs. We found this is the shut-off for that. Okay, good. Then one of the guys goes, what's that up there?
Right.
It's a full door,
Sure.
20 feet up, with a fixed ladder. I said to the guy, where does that go? Let's go outside. I don't know. Go outside? No, it's the engineer. Go outside, go into the courtyard, come back, open up the door. It's a confined space. It's a catwalk system. I said, you walk in, there's other machinery there. There's a door there. I said, no, it's in the smoke and everything. You open the door. I know you put your tool in, but you're going to drop the hell. You're going to go, whoa, where'd that go?
Right.
I said, mark the door. You know, nothing, no stair.
Yeah, no, I get it.
It's like, so you tell them that, the new eyes thing, and you build it up little at a time, and then make that work for you. Start simple. You can't do all your buildings, all right? So what I said to them, here's the deal. You want to start this? I'll work with you. I'll work with you. What do you mean? I'll get a minimum price to start that. Minimum. All I want you to do is an anchor. What I'm trying to do is that my father, when he left, that alligator helmet that he had and everything, all right, talking about fire, apparatus, this and everything, nothing about buildings. I'm looking to establish a legacy base that when the ranks come in and the new generations come in, you have some intelligence.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
You know, I know I'm at the end of my career on things too, but the idea is that I'm not giving up.
No, but listen, some of the best things happen later in life. Like
Yeah.
you know, legacy is incredibly important to me. I'm looking at the logo right here. It's called Legacy, right? Like legacy with me in the fire service is everything.
Yeah.
And I think you have created quite a legacy for yourself already to be able to go after and truly transform our talking points to understand the importance of buildings, building construction, systems, processes. Yeah. That's all part of it.
Yeah.
And we do have the technology and innovation today to help us. I had an incredible conversation this morning with Mike Chempo, who said he might see you later at the Rock. I think there's a honorary Chiefs meeting tonight.
I can't go.
He's bringing Nick out there, and
I know.
He said he might see you, but
no, I can't. I have family in, so
we were talking about window gates, and we were talking about a video that surfaced and what you can, the different tools today. And I said, the interesting thing about innovation and technology is now battery-powered saws, which might be assigned to an OV. So instead of just conventional tools, maybe we're looking at, battery-powered, lighter, smaller, cut-off tools, things like that can help with window bars and locks. So we were having that conversation this morning. But my point is, innovation and technology is ever changing. And when you look at systems today, right, like you in the buildings on the public and private sector, how much construction and building and trades and innovation went into taking the Bell system out and putting in a modernized system. It's the same thing for the fire service.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So how do we take those tools and make them part of who we are and how we operate? We need somebody to push that envelope, and I think you're doing that.
I'm doing it, but I like to see it speed it up more.
Of course.
Because you know where the first Christie Drive engine was built?
No.
In Hoboken.
So I did. Yes.
They took the horse off.
Yeah.
Right, and they put it out. It's motorized.
Yeah.
Next question: When did the last horses go out of the fire station?
Right.
In the 20s. So this comes in like 1908 or something. We're still dealing with freaking horses. And that's us, all right? Then you deal with other people and companies, they do this to me.
Sure.
We don't do this out there, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The blinders, horse blinders go up, literally.
Yes.
But in some of my classes, in John Jay, all right, okay, I point out, a lot of dots on this country here. I said, New York City, you're the biggest one, you're still a dot. You bring a lot to the table, and I deal with a lot of people that want to give, and I deal with some people that don't want to give.
Sure.
And that's in every department.
Sure.
It ain't just them. It's
Oh,
the smaller
for sure.
departments.
Yeah.
You get people in a meeting, in a company meeting, throw things out on the floor. You want to follow up on that? No, they just throw it out. They don't follow up. So that's the idea, is that I was always, when I get something, dealing with the Cuskers of the world, of Moran, we get to the solution. just don't keep throwing things out there if you're not going to do anything. And all you're trying to do is ruffle feathers. Okay? So you learn to go round the corner. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Don't let it hang up there. Don't let it get it angry or anything. Just keep going. Like I said, once or twice, I think in all the years in the department, finally lost my.
Sure, I get it.
Just once in a while, very rare. The idea is you come across so many great people. I mentioned Kevin Karras. Here's a kid that my age and everything. He did so many things for the department, on his own. Him and another guy, Ennis Van Dyne. They built that whole communications center. They had an EMS bus. Right. They built 2 of them, for Pete's sake. But they knew what they were doing and everything else. Just leave them alone.
Right.
Let them do that.
Let them work.
And you have other people doing that too. But let them know what their great thing. My thing that I love the most that we saved, and I would be in a couple of guys, a couple of World War II vets, went to battle with the borough, 1955 War of France, quad. Save it. No, throw it out. No, that's it. It's still there. It is still there.
Good. It's worth the fight.
And when I get old, maybe it'd be my hearse. Really. It's still there. That's pride.
Yes, it is.
And then you see that. They invite us to the 125th anniversary in New York. Why? Because they had quads, and later on, that became the hose wagon for super pumpers.
Yep, that's right. You're right.
Right?
You're right.
So, again, you never know how you're going down the road.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets crooked, but you're always looking to straighten that out.
Yeah.
And their turns and twists is ups and downs. Just keep going.
Well, and that's, to be honest, Jack, that is a message that needs to resonate because, mentorship in the fire service is incredibly important. And guys in your tenure are fading away.
Yeah. I have hope. I do have hope.
I do too. Don't get me wrong. But storytelling like this today, explaining just what you explained, that don't give up, and that we can make progress and we can create legacy. That needs to resonate, and we need people to take pride and ownership in all of this, so that we can move the needle forward. Right?
Yes, we are. We're at a crisis here in the county. We are. Departments. We're at a crisis. Volunteers aren't coming.
Sure.
Years ago, when I was a coordinator, I spent X number of years at East Bergen with Cusker and Moran, and then Larry Rouse, after 9/11, asked me if I'd become a deputy coordinator, me and Cusker. So when I got up there, and then Peter Hodge, another good friend.
Sure.
Peter became another guy I should talk to. Mindset, really good.
Rutherford? East Rutherford.
He's the East guy. You're not Rutherford.
Yeah. Dan's back's that Rutherford guy.
Rutherford. No, I'm East Rutherford.
Yeah, right.
We have the stadium, really.
Yeah, right.
The town is shaped like a slice of pizza. Yes. And the stadium's all the way down here.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, Peter says, I need to come up to the academy. No, I don't. Come up. Yeah, all right. So Larry, I was doing stuff with Larry. I was there, all right, let me put something together. He goes, you got to sign a contract. Oh, you got to sign a contract. You got to go down to the county manager. Okay. Go down there. Gives me a contract. I said, Peter, I'm just doing this. No, you got to have a contract. Okay. Sign the contract. The guy goes, you're my favorite employee. You get $1 a year.
Very kind. Very kind of you. I'm sure your work ethic did not match the pay.
I said, why do I need this? He goes, well, if you trip, you fall, you got,
right.
Exactly. I got you. You got $1 a year. Yeah. I still didn't get paid.
No, right. They owe you.
They owe me.
They owe
interest.
You. Well, while you're in town, why don't you take a ride on over there?
Yeah, I'm still doing the 9/11 stuff for the academy.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we do all that stuff and get started, and I come up, all right, well, let's see about all the districts. So I broke it down to 4 regions. We all have the mutual aid groups.
Right.
So let's select regions. All right? Northwest, Northeast, Southwest, Southeast. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that. Okay. Now you're thinking ahead. Well, I have these regions and everything. Well, what about creating battalions?
Sure.
All right? Because we're getting there. This is in 2013.
Yep.
We're getting there. All right? And I looked at Montgomery counties, Fairfax counties, everybody who has career and volunteers.
There's models out there.
And how they do that.
Right.
So it's just put it out there, lay it out there. And when I left, at least the 4 regions were there. Then the other thing were the battalions. Well, I came up with like 18 battalions. All right, okay. But they have 2 mutual aid groups of 3 and 3. Put them together. You know what I'm saying? Then you come up and you have your numbers. Just take the state numbers that they gave us years ago. I don't know, Leonia's 28 1, 2, 3, 4. I forget the number. Everybody got assigned numbers, which I'm told they're using today. A little
Yeah,
bit.
we're using them now.
Right,
Yeah.
but the whole idea, it's there.
Yep.
Build on it. And when I looked at all that, okay, 18 battalions, 3 battalions are saying separate. Englewood, Hackensack, Teaneck. They're their own. Okay? Everybody else, the other 15, you're merging together. Just merge. That's it. Share a little bit more. It's coming to the part where when you call out for a mutual aid car fire, where are the bells and whistles on that? They're talking about it now. You're 10 years behind.
No doubt. No doubt. And we can go down this road for the next 7 hours because I am very opinionated and have my own ideas about all of this. And I think this is what we are at a precipice right now of something potentially good happening.
Okay.
It's beginning. The wheels are turning. There has to be some other things put together for the county system here to work in a way that I think is manageable and operator friendly for the best outcome of the residents.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And ego's got to get out of the way, like everything, right? And so on. But we're making progress, and I think there's a lot more that needs to be done, and we can talk about that. But, it's funny because you don't even live here anymore, right?
No,
and yet you're still so connected.
They're still calling me,
right?
And it's nice, and privately I give my opinion,
of course,
if they want it. You know, it's just a matter of fact. We had it when we first came up with the communication center. All right, we had it there to get rid of the local PSAPs.
Of course,
so PD didn't want to give it up,
right?
And that buried it.
I could go for hours.
And now it's slowly doing that.
I can go for hours.
You have a nucleus. Over here is the communication center. Here's the OEM room, and over here, I forget, is whatever's on the other side. But it's like I brought people before the war in Ukraine up here.
Right.
I worked with Giuliani, and me and Sal Casano we had them come over here. They wanted to see a communication center.
Right.
And this was ideal. It's small. They don't have a big city. We took obviously to New York and took them out to Nassau County. They liked ours. And obviously the war started, so they never got to us what it was. But the whole idea, it's a model. We have it. It has to be run better.
Yeah.
That's all.
Amen.
We're getting it. And I
Amen.
love the OEM people.
Yeah. Yeah.
My good buddies there, the 3 of them. They're really good people.
Good.
Barry.
Okay.
And Zeke, what is it, big guy? What's his name? Oh, gosh, I'm losing it. He knows who he is when he hears this.
Yeah.
Big
No
Polish
worries.
name. Yeah. Matt. 2 Matts.
Oh,
Matts.
okay. Yes.
So, Matt Z and Matt, the other guy. Both good, really good.
Yeah.
They have their act together. Really.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with them.
Well, we have the tools in place.
Yes.
It's just fine-tuning and putting it together.
Yes.
That's where we got it.
It has to roll faster. I'm sorry.
No doubt. I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%.
We've been at it a long time.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
We're way behind the eight
Yes,
ball.
we are.
Way behind.
Yeah. And it ain't just us looking at us. It's the PD, too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No doubt.
No, it is. You take a look at North Hudson. You take little departments. They merged into one. They were calling mutual aid all the time. That's worked out. It took a little while, worked the kinks out. All right, but you had great, reputable people that came out of there, became chief. The guy who's the chief of the department, down in Roomba, he worked for me.
Is that right?
When he was in high school.
Yeah. Yeah. North Hudson's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
2 of the cities not too long ago were talking about pulling out, which is crazy.
Yeah, I know.
It's
Yeah,
wild.
yeah.
And now you have South Essex, right? So that's another one where Joe Alvarez
Joe,
is, right?
South,
so on. So there are formulations of regional departments happening, which needs to happen.
Yes.
And that's a whole nother episode that we can
Oh my
we can
God,
go down.
we'll be here forever.
But I want to focus on you because I kind of want to wrap a little bit here.
Okay.
And the impact that you've made, the friendships along the way, all of it has led to you talking about your newest endeavor, this legacy project for you. What does it look like going forward? How do you continually educate and get that out there to push the fire service forward and understanding that we could be doing more?
It's just basically right now, for me, I'm just trying to use it best I can, the websites and, things like that.
Yeah.
And just getting the message out, not a one-man band.
Sure.
Not getting you wrong.
No, I get that.
But the whole idea is that people come up to me and ask about this stuff. But I get few takers.
Right.
And that's just disappointing.
Right.
Few takers. Like I said, the project, it isn't there. You don't need to do that. You know, you got to suck it up, right? We take on a lot of other projects we overcome this.
Yeah.
Because
Is it because people aren't seeing the value in, like they don't recognize the importance of the information
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of upfront, right? So it's
not that much.
Okay.
If you do this electronic, you're building the whole thing. You're
Correct.
building it.
Correct.
You're not
the interface and relationship with the private sector, though, right? Because you have to get all the information, right?
Yeah,
so now you got to look at blueprints. You got to get building information.
Yeah, it is little. In New York, when we put it together, the fire department do it, or the building owners did it. Really. So they get a buy-in from then. When I put that together, I break it down into definitions. Well, what is the property manager, not the engineer, doing? What's an OSMY valve?
Right.
What's MRL? Machine room list.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? All that things are there for them. They can pick on it. And any conversations what I have with building owners, and I guide them through that. Me and another guy, the other guy that's dealing with me is an ex-Marine major, you know, so he knows systems and everything. So we deal with that. We just explain to them the value of that. The other thing is when things go down, like active shooter coming into the building, it's a PD thing. It ain't just us.
Right.
It ain't us.
Yeah.
So when I built this together, here's a silo for fire, silo for police, a silo for OEM. The intent there is open up your thing on Unified Command. PD likes to hold on to their stuff. I understand that. You don't want things out, fine. But you don't know where to go in the building.
Right.
You don't zero. And the other thing is that, you know, you go into a school, they mark the schools up, all the doors. Good numbers. What side is 15?
Right. I don't know. Yeah, right.
Well, break it down. A is this many, B, C. You hit it, you make everything work for you in that sense. You don't know that going down the hallway, you're going to see a glass partition. It's floor to ceiling for the library.
Yeah, I mean, you don't realize the importance of intel until you need it.
Yeah.
Until you
Again,
need it.
it's military.
Right.
We're a paramilitary group. Own up to it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's good. What's next for you? Traveling, teaching, FDIC is still very important for you?
Yeah, very important. Still there. I'm in charge of my third section. I spent X number of years being Bob Halton's executive.
Yeah.
It was another mind way off the charts.
It's like another Woodstock 94.
Oh, God. He is like, really. He would practice his speeches in the suite we had.
He was very good with his public delivery.
Yes. And I said, Bob, one of these days, someone's kicking the door in. Really. So a little story with him. We singed one another. His thing was get up at 5 in the morning to go down to 6 o'clock for the hot evolutions going outside.
Right.
Shake hands, kiss babies. Go ahead, Bob. You got the Starbucks. His thing is a venti latte, 2 scoops of vanilla. Okay. And I get some. And they're closed. So, Bob, kiss babies. I walk ahead. I walk all the way ahead. Go to the hotel I know, the Westin, way at the end. They're closed. The next to the other Marriott, they're closed. I wind up where I started. They're open.
They're open now.
So I have, that day, I have a golf shirt on. I'm not outside. The other IFF liaisons with him. I run outside to give it to him, go back inside. He's going, what? He goes, there's no vanilla. Is it fucking hot, Bob? And I went inside. I said, that's it. So now.
That's fantastic.
So now he had his moments with, his battle with cancer, dealing with that. But he wants to walk. He wants to keep moving. So now we're heading over to Lucas Oil, the football stadium for the 9/11.
Right.
Kick that off, the stair climb and everything. He gets stopped by security. Where's your badge? Me and Scott do this.
Yeah, right? That's fantastic.
And Bob goes, you know who I am? I said, obviously you don't.
That's so good.
He turned around and walked away. I said, Bob, that's why we say we take the car.
That's so good.
So wait.
I love that.
He gets it. I go and get him every day. Put that on.
That's it. Wear your badge, sir.
Wear your badge.
There's rules.
And we're getting forgetful. Here's your keys. Here's this. Your glasses. Rubber. We went on and on. We had so many outtakes.
I bet.
At times, I just cried with laughter.
Of course.
Right.
Isn't that how it's supposed to be?
Oh, yeah.
I say it all the time. If we're not having fun, we're doing it wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it is.
Not just in the firehouse, but in life.
Yeah. And again, we lost another guy, Bill Gustin.
Yeah.
Billy, we hit it off, too, just meeting him, sharing a cigar in between the board meetings and that. And having conversations all the time. And I pick his brain, he pick my brain, you know, and you lose those people. Their legacy stands out. It really does. This man here's someone you model, every young firefighter. You model this man up until his passing. Last year, he's sitting in classrooms with a notebook.
Always.
A notebook.
Always.
He's gleaming whatever he could.
That's right.
Up until the end. Gleaming stuff. When he come into your classroom, you sit down, oh, Bill's here, notebook's out.
Right.
So what we did to him this year, obviously wasn't
I saw that.
We honored him.
Yeah.
Had people come in, sign it. I'm ready to ship it off to the department. And Paul Combs drew up a sketch and everything of his notebook and everything. So
yep, I saw that.
Another man, you know, their legacy is going to live on forever.
Yeah, and we have a duty to continually tell it, right?
Yes,
because we need the next generation to know who these foundational people are, right?
Yeah, yes. And everybody that I said at the FDIC, I take the word on, off, and put in. They are in the job. Oh, the company's not paying. You're on your own dime, a lot of these people.
Right.
On your own dime. And this ain't cheap. They're on their own dime.
Yep.
You're in the job. I asked a few years ago, Pete asked me to come up to the academy. That was my talk to the graduates, on and in. Which one you choose?
I love that.
You know, but the idea is that and other things that everybody you see out there, everyone's a star to me that teaches. All right, everyone's a star. All right, and then when I see a whole group of people, I say, "Where you going?" I'm going to see Guston. All right, how many? 7 here, split up. Can't get to every class. There's over 200 classes here. Split up. Take the information back. So,
yeah,
that's my talk to them in the halls.
Well, I have been attending FDIC for can't even tell you now how many years I've been going, and it really is an incredible week of firemanship.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
You know, and it's not just the hands-on, it's not just the classroom, it's the conversations, the laughter, the tears, the hugs, all of it. And I would encourage people, if you can't get there, I understand that, but there's other things that are similar.
Yes.
Conferences, weekends, local training at your firehouse. Like, have a conversation, learn, read, educate yourself. And then make friends.
It is.
Right?
It's that networking thing.
Yeah.
Another network. I do a one-day seminar in New York before FDNY did their 3-day thing, and they asked me to move mine up to theirs. So
the high-rise symposium?
Yeah. High-rise. So I bring this great kid, Brent Brooks.
I know Brent. Sure. Absolutely. Incredible.
Get him on.
I did a project with him years ago,
really?
and then he's been on the podcast already years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd love to get him back on. Super smart. What I love about him, he's not afraid to take challenge or risks or gambles in trying something new.
Yes.
New approach.
Always on everything.
Yes.
He does all these things on his own because he's not allowed to do it.
That's right.
In the department. He does it on his own.
I know, it's wild.
And I got to get to 100 visits.
Yeah.
All right, he's almost done.
It's awesome.
All right?
Yeah.
You get him, and the thing there is that for the last 5 years, Boston comes down. That's where that network started.
Right.
And then that deputy takes it back to chief of training. Hey, you got to get these 2 guys here. You see, I never asked for it.
Right.
It's just that underlining belly of networking.
That's how it works.
And when they call you, it's gratitude. Wow. You want me to do what?
I'm there every day. Trust me. The opportunities that have been afforded to me and the people that have reached out and the things that I get to do on a daily basis now with National Fire Radio, I'm incredibly grateful.
Oh, yeah.
Incredibly grateful. I always will be. I mean, this has been, this was an endeavor that I saw an opportunity and said, man, I think we're missing in an aspect of this job. I want to try to deliver on that. And then from there, it has exploded into something that I will forever cherish.
Yes. Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah, it is. And it's just, you never know when you're not going to learn something. It just did with the New York, let me praise them. 3 days of a high-rise seminar, 300 people, 30 classes, and he hooked me up with this captain, Zaccaro, in ladder 16, who's first due at my hospital. And we created super blocks, multiple buildings. Then we taught that. Then you go to next day, 2 sites, Old World, Rockefeller, New World, Hudson Yards. then you go to the academy, and they do maybe 15 evolutions, 20 minutes each.
Right.
And the 9th Battalion chief is Anthony Pascocello, another guy. Yeah, brilliant. I said, Anthony, I wanted to say something to you. I am so impressed with the young firefighters lecturing and telling us demos on things. You know, the what's called the breathing apparatus that they have for multiple.
The rebreathers?
Rebreather,
Yeah, right.
There you go. That cutting glass.
Yep.
You know, in high rise, do this, do that, hose demonstrations, all that stuff. You know, I said, I'm impressed. I said, the only old guy you had there was John Cirillo, who just retired. Zing, John. You know, matter of fact, he came up to the class in Boston. I said,
cool.
John, you retired.
Yeah. I got time.
I got time.
I got time.
So, never ending, never ending.
You just hit on something, though, that is incredibly important. It's that next generation.
Yes.
Right? And I asked you before, I said, you know, the guys are starting to fade away, retire, enjoy the rest of life. They're still involved, but their impact has already been made for a lot of them, right? Yeah. And we have to contribute or continue to build on their legacy and share it.
Right.
But, man, it's fun to watch this next generation.
Yeah, it is. Every generation talks about the generation below them.
Right?
You know, the World War II vets talked about me.
Right.
Yeah, the baby boom.
100%. And then the boomers talk about the Gen X and millennials. And then we're talking about Gen Alpha. And,
I don't know. I lost after
Gen
a while.
Z
Gen
and
Z.
all that, right? Like, but... And part of that is the job will always continually evolve with these different generations with their spin and impact on it.
And the thing is that there are new challenges for these buildings.
Sure.
There are no longer 5 types.
That's right. That's right.
There are
You're
a lot of hybrids.
Sure.
Systems are changing drastically. Again, learned this one at the 10 Hudson Yards. I'm up there. What's FIKE? 18 on this column, 15 over there, 30. And I look up, and I see a camera. I'm going, oh, it's a laser beam for the other side over there, like in nature. There's nothing over there. I said to the fire safety director, what's this? Those are camera fire detectors. What? They scan, and they see the areas. Those are the areas that they cover. I said, oh, wow. I said, they see, obviously, fire and flame. I said, good. Smoke and flame. I said, good. Goes back to the fire alarm panel. Now you see the cameras before you go up there on the 50th floor. Right. Is that saving grace?
It's wild.
It is.
Right.
And those things keep coming at you. You know, and I love that. My thing is the QR readers, I kid somebody, there's QR readers all over the place. When they put me in the box, put a QR reader on my head and make sure it's me.
That's good. That's good.
But a QR reader helps us. Why can't I go up with my little gadget? You know, this is Murtaugh again. In the 80s, saying, how come FedEx and UPS know where their packages are all over the world, and we get to the building, we don't know systems are down?
It's a really good point, right? Really good point.
So go there, put that in. These systems are down. This is where the fire alarm was active, everything. Just gather that information. It's coming. It's coming.
It's cool.
And the other thing, I'll close with this. I know AI, artificial intelligence. What an oxymoron. It's intelligence. So why are we calling it artificial? Right? Why?
Oh, I'm with you in AI.
Yeah. But the idea is, Jeremy, is that we didn't even get actual intelligence on a building.
Right.
And you're pushing AI on me? Let's get actual, then go to AI.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's a good point. Well said. Jack Murphy, I can't thank you enough. I know you're a busy man, but I am grateful. And frankly, this is the selfish side of what I get to do because I get to meet great people. Yeah. And thank you for joining me today. This was a great conversation.
Just one of many out there. There are many. You know, it's just
sure, but you're making your impact, and you talk about legacy, and legacy is important to me, and that's what, for me, is being able to document stories and the people that I get to meet along my journey, and leaving that in perpetuity for the next generation and generation after to find. Yeah. It's important.
And what I like about these things is that I can do my work and listen to you.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, well, thank you. My wife doesn't want to listen to me, but I appreciate you, Jack.
Right, we're in the same boat.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you,
It was
brother.
an absolute pleasure
excellent.
having
Thank
you
you. I
here.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's been a long time trying to get here.
Well,
you know,
good.
so-
I'm glad, and I'm glad we finally met. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, grew up fire departments 25 minutes apart, and we never
Here I am
never
going
crossed
through your
paths.
town every
Right?
time, going to the little thing over the railroad track,
That's
get
right.
my breakfast,
Yeah,
go to the
a
academy.
little deli there. Yeah, no
Who
doubt.
left? Yeah, it's closed now, right?
She moved. So she moved. Gail moved it down to the next town over in Wyckoff, but
Oh,
a new
I-
place is there
oh,
now.
okay.
So
All right.
yeah,
Yeah.
But that's been there forever. So
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But that's still that small town charm.
Yeah,
I love
it
it.
is. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
things change,
Yeah.
but we try to hold on to some of it.
Oh
you know?
yeah. Oh yeah. It is
So.
nice. You know, it's just I like your town. I just
Oh, it's-
driving through it. It's
yeah,
like
it's-
really. It was so crowded at the other end. South of 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crowded. It
Yeah,
really
well,
is. It's,
I get
it's
that,
tight.
but we have changed dramatically
Yeah.
too over the years. There's no doubt. You know, it is a different town today than it was when I was growing. I mean, I was
yeah.
fortunate to
Yeah,
grow up
sure.
there and be able to raise my family there, but it's a different town today for sure. But it's still a wonderful area.
Oh yeah, it is.
And people don't realize 25 minutes outside New York City, it's mountains,
Oh yeah.
lakes, and
I said to my wife,
you know.
come down off the, still call it the Tappan Zee, getting
Right,
on
yeah, I
287.
do- I do
Fun.
too.
You don't realize all these mountains here.
Right.
It's
No
right
doubt.
here.
Yeah, no doubt.
So,
Jack Murphy,
All right.
thank you
Thank you,
very,
brother.
very much.
Appreciate
Stay
it.
right
Thank
here.
you.
I'm going to sign off the podcast, and then we'll come right back. So, guys, thank you for tuning in for another episode of the National Fire Radio Podcast. Jack Murphy, author, presenter, FDIC advisory board, instructor, retired deputy fire chief, fire marshal. The list goes on and on, sir. What a great conversation. And like I like to say at the end of every podcast episode, take this conversation, take it back to the firehouse and talk about it. Because when we're talking about the job, we're making the job better. We'll see you at the next one. Jeremy, National Fire Radio.
National Fire Radio.